Hello, quokkalings and all. Good evening and welcome back to the Nanashi stream. How y'all doing today? Happy Friday. Hope you're all having a wonderful start to your weekend, and welcome back to the stream for those who are around. How y'all doing? Hope everything's going well for you. Little hiccup there. I forgot about some. So apparently this game, actually some games that I've played recently have this issue where I have to start the stream with administrator mode, or at least OBS has to start on administrator mode. I don't know why it just doesn't default to that. I probably should fix that, but that was the issue, and it wouldn't pop up the game screen because of that. So I'm really hoping, because I think I just fixed it, hopefully. I'm hoping that should fix the issue, and we should be good to go for tonight. But either way, how are you all doing, quokkalings? We're back. We're gonna play some more Final Fantasy XI today. It's gonna be a bit different. I did some leveling on the side with the idea that the next milestone that we were talking about previously was hitting level 10. And there is a bit of a grind. Will not lie, had to do some of it on the side. And to get to 10, we had to do a bit of work. And I wasn't gonna bore you with all the smacking of things. We could still do that today, but it's maybe a little easier if I started it myself, you know. So here we are, we're back. All right, so I do have to apologize for the previous stream. Again, I want to thank you all for your patience. I had to cut it pretty abruptly last time. There was an emergency situation that I had to go and take care of. So thank you for your patience, and thank you for coming again, if so. And yeah, I believe it's time to start it up. So let's pop over to the game screen here. The audio is capturing. Okay, perfect. Sweet. So it looks like everything is working just fine. I hope it's working just fine. So here we are. We're back. I picked up a new wand and a shield while we're at it. In this game, stats are kind of pretty important. So luckily the Willow wand, that's relatively cheap, comes with some extra intelligence and mind. The mind will help with our cures, and the intelligence, I think, if I remember correctly, increases the damage that we do with our magic. So yeah, it's gonna be really useful. There is a quest I held off on. I wanted to show you guys because I wanted to give you an idea of how the quests run in this game. So that's also going to help us boost our mind a bit more with the equipment it gives us, and it's a really relatively simple one too, so pretty nice. I also have invested, went to the shield shop, got a shield. In this game, white mages can sometimes equip shields. It depends on what level you are and if the shield is applicable to you. If you notice on the equipment, it'll tell you there, white mage, red mage, thief, all those classes can equip this specific shield. So as far as soloing to 10 goes, because that's typically how it usually is, it really helps a lot, especially since we're leveling our block now. And that will help kind of mitigate some of the damage that we're taking. So, Sea Lantern, welcome back to the stream, Mr. Let's Player. Hope you're doing well. I am doing well, thank you very much. Had a bit of a touch and go since we had to leave that previous stream. But from where the situation is, it's a lot better now as far as I can tell. And there's far less I have to worry about. So we're back. We're here. We're streaming. I hope the start of your weekend is going well, Mr. Lantern. And yeah. Oh, speaking of Lantern, that reminds me. I was jumping on Minecraft again recently, and I know there's a new biome out there that we have to go find. So I'm wondering if we can jump back into that again sometime soon. We'll see. But Minecraft does sound kind of fun recently. So all right. Other than what we picked up equipment-wise, I also picked up a few spells. Luckily, the majority of the spells either dropped from close by Yagudo, or we went to the auction house and bought it with some hard-earned gil. The gil is kind of hard to come up across this game unless you kind of know what you're farming. So pretty much anything you drop at the beginning, you kind of want to NPC into gil so that at least you can get the starter spells, you know. So luckily, now we have Protect. This is a basic shielding spell. It increases our defense. We can cast it on other people walking around too. It's kind of like a courtesy, nice thing to do for people walking around. Give them a little bit of defense if they're leveling. Protectra, which is the kind of... I'll go ahead and cast it. Why not? We'll just showcase it a bit. Protectra, which is the... Oh, we gotta level up. AoE version of it that we can cast on everybody, which is pretty fun. Let's see. Poison out, which removes poison. Paralyze, super useful. Makes it so that your enemy's paralyzed, so occasionally they can't attack, which really helps with starting leveling. Banish and Dia. Dia will decrease the defense of the enemy, and Banish does just a good chunk of light elemental damage. So, as far as I remember, I think I'm mostly caught up on the spells. There might be one or two I need to pick up at the market board still. But let's give this crawler a run. They do drop some silk, which is pretty nice skill-wise, so start with paralyzed to make sure they don't eat our face. Yeah, there you go. Oh, it missed. I think it missed. So, yeah, it resisted. So on the bottom left, I have a little add-on that will tell me if there's a debuff on the enemy, so we can kind of monitor it. And if it resists it or if it missed, you won't see it down there. So now we have it on there. Really helpful. Sea Lantern says, it's really hard to find. I've been trying, but no luck. Probably got to get to the end for Electra, but I want to wait for you to go slay the dragon on stream first. That sounds wonderful. I would love that. Did you already... How much progress have you made since we've played? Because I see the occasional bips on my Minecraft feed. Where it says like you've found different things, you've gone and seen different things. I'm glad you're still in there and enjoying the server because I know I haven't streamed it recently, so I figured most people would be bored of it, but I'm glad you're still there. Really motivates me to go back into it, you know, and bring everyone back into... I was thinking of starting a new world too, if you were interested. I don't know if I know you put a lot of work in this current world, so I might just save it and keep it on a server on the side. That way we can bring it back up again another time too, but we'll see. Actually, how does that work with new worlds now that I think about it? Because I do believe it does. If the Minecraft world already existed before that update, will it add in those biomes so we can find it in our current world, or we would have to start another seed and that would have the new biome in it? Because I'm actually not sure. Alright, so far... Ooh, Feather Storm. Oh, I just used my MP for curing. Okay, well that's fine. It missed me. Feather Storm does poison, so if we're not careful, we can unfortunately fatally die to poison. So we have poison up for that reason. If you're not a white mage, you do have a bit of an issue there. You can't do anything with, like, unpoisoning yourself before death. I don't mind you closing it. Nothing I can't make again. This is true. And then if anything, it's not like the server would be gone forever. It would just be a save file that we can just reopen another time, right? So I don't think it's the worst thing. I think it would be okay. It'd be fun to do together because starting fresh is always kind of fun. I definitely do not want to lose progress on the cafe and the town that we've made. So I know Otsukita-san has also made a few nice little touches to the village with like his I think it was an iron generator, right? If I remember correctly. I remember just the giant pit in the ocean with like, what was it? It was the giant pit in the ocean that led to like villagers. Then there's also your villager farm, and then there's also the fishing machine that he made. So many cool things. So proud of you, Quokkalings. Ooh, decent challenge. Okay. This one we're gonna have to... Actually, do we... Let's get the crawler first. The crawler is worth a lot more. Not experience-wise, but for the loot that it drops, if we're lucky. How are we close to... Okay, so we have a bit of way still before we get to 10. I stopped at 9 because I wanted to hit 10 with you guys, but hopefully we get to 10. We're gonna have to make a long walk and across the sea to get to the typical leveling zone that everyone levels at, which is Valkrum Dunes. It's that in itself is like a passage of rights in this game. If you can make that trip, you're usually pretty capable of making any other trip. There's a lot of... So, how do I explain it? So, let's give you an example. So, here in the starting areas, there's not that many things that can aggro you. This one, the Yagudos, the Beastmen can by sight. Some also, see, look at that. That's a long distance, right? If you're not careful, they'll just gank you out of nowhere. You'll hear a sound and then suddenly you die. So don't want that. Don't want any of that. Paralyzed hit, very good. Since it double hits too, that's gonna give him a pretty long cooldown if he misses or he can't hit. Okay, sweet. So that's the plan for today. We're gonna finish the quest to get our necklace that will increase our mind. That will help us get chunkier cures, which will be good in the party that we hopefully eventually join. I could create one myself too, I suppose. Creating parties kind of fun, but usually other parties are already looking for healers, so it's a little easier to jump in just searching. And then we'll see how far we can get. Well, I guess step 1 right now is to hit 10, which we're not too far off of. We need a bit more gil. We do have a bit of a gil issue at the moment. We don't need many more spells, but if I remember correctly, oh, you know what? I think we do need to save for one more spell, which is Cure 2, like our slightly chunkier cure. And that's because I think it hits at 11, and I don't think we'd have to go all the way back here to town if we wanted to pick it up again. Unfortunately, at the Valkrum Dunes and Selbina, which is like, and Mahara and Selvina, which is the port cities of this game, they do have spell sellers there, but if I remember correctly, I don't think they specifically have the lower level ones. I think you're supposed to get them in the main town before you go over there. So we're gonna try to get Cure 2 if we can before we go over, because I'm sure that'll be useful. Look at that, we're getting our shield up too, our evasion skills. His paralyzed ran out. I should probably do that again. That way he can't finish off this very rinky-dink white mage. Okay. So far so good. I'm going to move this one a little bit over. So that's our skill chain tracker. I don't know if it's specific to this server. Eventually when we use our skill chains with other people, our weapon skills, it creates a skill chain, and that does elemental damage, which is very good because that means any sort of black mage or anyone who uses magic can follow up and deal chunks of damage, which is nice. Where was I previously before we continue this? Oh, you know what? Do I want to go back to town now, or do I want to wait until we fight a bit more? I could, so I'm thinking about the quest right now, because that quest does allow you to, it does, the necklace that it gives you does help with the potency of your cures. And that means I'm spending less MP curing, right? And that way I could focus more on offensive and... Yeah, that sounds smart. You know what? Let's go back first. Let's finish that quest, because I believe that necklace is level 9. And then we'll continue our way to 10. That sounds like the plan, at least. Oh no, it looks like we're losing some frames. To be fair, the situation that I mentioned is not entirely resolved. And does, in hindsight, maybe I shouldn't be streaming, because I think some of our internet capabilities might be a bit off for today. We'll see. We'll just keep playing until something really bad happens, or like, okay, no, maybe not that, knock on wood. We'll keep playing until perhaps the frame rate goes down too bad where people can't really see what's happening, or we'll see. I'm still monitoring it here on the side screen, and it looks like it's still pretty much caught up, so. Okay, this is a great time to refresh our signet too, eventually. How many points do we have? 1,221. We need 2k. We need 2k for this lovely ring over here, the Emperor band, and that will let us get a pretty significant EXP boost. Okay, so let's talk about quests. In this game, when you started, it was a different time, right? Laptops and like major computers were starting to still be built. This used to run on the PS2 and PC, and PS2 actually had, I think, the better of the specs for a bit until, you know, the PC caught up. So because of that, since the time was a bit different, the way you find things in this game was mostly exploratory, which, and again, is one of my, like, I guess the reasons why I like this game so much is because the exploration makes it more interesting. Okay, we're gonna try to sell some stacks of crystals here. 1k? Oh, we take that. Hold on. So, let's actually, before we jump into the quests, let me talk about selling things in the market board here. So, in this game, what you want to do is check the recent pricing of how much people bought certain items for. So you can check the sales status of, say, like a stack of crystals, which is what we're doing. And if you notice, there is it looks like everyone's selling for maybe 1,000, 1,200 gil, which is good. That's pretty decent. If I had to guess, if I tried to go for 1,200, we're gonna have to wait till the rest of that list of crystals goes before we get our turn to get paid. So you know what, this is an investment. We'll wait. We're gonna place the stack of crystals for 1,200, and ideally someone will come up and pick it up eventually so that they can craft and we get some gil out of it. It's very different from today's auction house that you see in Final Fantasy XIV, where everyone just undercuts each other, which still happens here. People do undercut each other, but you can't see it, you know? When you bid in this game in the auction house, you go for, you set a price yourself. So say I was the buyer, and I look at the price history, like, oh, everyone's buying at 1,000 gil. So I guess I might as well try buying at 1,000 gil to get the price. And if you hit the price, or someone who's selling lower than it, then you buy the item. It will tell you in the history for everyone else to see that this item got bought at such price. It doesn't tell what the price was set at, I don't think. But if you were feeling lucky, maybe you think someone undercut the market, and you wanted to perhaps say, I don't know, you wanted to try to save a little gil. You try going down 1,000k, and lo and behold, the auction house accepts the request, and there you go. You're good to go. You have saved maybe 1,000 gil, and now the market price on the history will be shown 1,000 lower because that's what you paid at. So in this game, I guess what I'm trying to say is what you can do is you could try just bidding lower, just a tiny bit lower at first, to see if someone put it at lower than the usual market price. No one usually does it because they want to make the same money as what's being sold, right? So usually everyone puts it at the same price. But if you're lucky and if someone's feeling cheeky and wants to skip the line and make everything cheaper, you can absolutely try to give it a go. Okay, so we're gonna pop by. Oh, was it? Actually, no, it was right in the middle, wasn't it? I think it's here. So this was one of the very first quests I figured out how to do. And it's kind of funny because it's just a bunch of kids hiding in the back of a house here. But as it turns out, they have a pretty nice starting gear for white mages. So, what's up, Shanriru? Are you the quest giver? Why do I have to be the lookout again? My brother and sister said that they're gonna join in this time. Oh, I'm always left out. Sorry, kiddo. The crew has to hang out over here. Look at them. Shenanigans, all of them. They're up to shenanigans. I bet you it's this guy, Colo La Colo. Oh yeah, it's a quest. There you go. So you get a cutscene sometimes to let you know if you're starting a quest or something. The first rule of the Star Onion Brigade. For those of you who don't know, they're probably talking to me, just standing there. is to fight for truth, justice, and the onion way. As long as there is love and dreams, we'll be the protectors of goodiness. We are the Star Onion Brigade! Hey you, yes you, the grown up there, what are you staring at? You want to join our Star Onion Brigade? Don't, Taru. It spells out SOB, I forgot. Join the ranks of the SOB. I was born to be an SOB. Oh really? Didn't expect you'd want to join. Oh boy, what do I do now? It's time to powwow. Powwow! Let's have a secret weekend meeting. They're gonna talk. They're gonna talk about letting me in. Everybody gather together. You idiot, that's the leader's line. Everybody gather together. Come on, let's huddle. Okay, you littles. Give me the quest. I know what you want already. I got it prepared for you. Oh, they huddling for real. So what do we do? We can't let a grown-up join this group. This group was formed to oppose the selfish grown-ups. Huh? What's selfish got to do with this? But hey, grown-ups have a lot of money. No, we don't. You're probably richer than me at this point. If we let the grown-ups join our group, they could buy us lots of treats. That is a great idea, actually. Wait, I'm the grown-up, though. Don't think of treats. Mother always says, honor before gain. Cute. Huh? Who's on a beef again? We're never gonna decide. Hey, Pichichi, you haven't said anything. What do you think, Pichichi? Don't ask me. I haven't got a clue. But my mommy said she wanted a tail. A tail? A tail? Well, grown up, you heard the girl. For the sake of Pichichi, for the sake of Winter's peace, love, and righteousness. It's decided then, if you bring us a tail, we'll let you join the SOBs. The Star Onion Brigade. Brigade! There we go, I have to say it right. There's a tilde there. Okay. So, luckily though, I remember this quest, and I prepared it ahead of time. So, we have a rare tail. That's what they want. I think it's for Pichichi though, so we probably have to... My mommy said you want a tail, that's all. Okay. See, that's kind of the charm of the game too. Sometimes you have to talk to some of the other NPCs to kind of figure out what they're actually asking for. I know it's kind of a pain in the butt nowadays when everything's a lot faster. But it was a different time, you know. So I actually don't remember if I'm supposed to trade this to Pichichi though. Let's see. Want it? No. Okay, we give it to Kolo then. So we give it to them. We trade it to them. And then another cutscene, and hopefully they'll give us something good. Uh-oh, a Rarub's tail. Listen, I know he said to go get a tail, but a poor innocent Rarub? I mean, they're not so innocent. Those rabbits are scary. They've killed me a few times already. Oh look, it's a tail like mommy wanted. What the? Hey Pichichi, is this the tail you wanted for your mother? Is this what she was looking for? Yes, of course. Mommy's hotel is called the Rarub Tail Hothery. You see? Oh god, it's hard reading like this. Mommy always wants lots of Rarub tails. She oozes them to make pickles for the customers. Wow. You don't say. Well, then I guess that decides it then. You grown up have passed the test and can join our brigade. Yeah, I'm an SOB. Let's go. Here, the Justice Badge is a symbol of the Star Onion Brigade. Don't go losing it. I'm definitely not, because that's some really nice gear. Why are you holding it? Okay, so now we have the Justice Badge. Oh, look at that. Oh, we're gonna cure so good. Mine +3. Okay, so that's gonna help a lot. So that's basically the gist of how quests go. Now these days it's a little easier to go and find quests because now there's a whole database on the internet, right? For example, this website I always frequented called FF Cyclopedia, and that kind of gives you the whole list of quests. Or you can look up by item, like what you're trying to get. Like maybe you need a quest scroll, like for one famous one, it's Warp. The Warp lets you teleport back to your home point, and to get it you have to finish a quest or pay on the auction board for someone who didn't want the scroll and just paid for it or wanted to get the gil for it. So yeah, there's the quests are usually the harder way to go about it, because you have to figure out what you have to do. But then again, now that there's a database of like things you can look up on the internet now, it's a little easier to find out what you want to and what you want to do and what you need to do. So we are poor, my dudes. We should sell our stuff. I know some of these are quest items, but I don't. We kind of need the gil right now. So we're just gonna. We need more silk. That's what we need. 283 gil. That's probably not enough for anything. Cure 2. That was the one we were talking about earlier. Cure 2 we need at level 11. Okay, I have an idea. Maybe we can level and get some things at the same time. So previously, just through previous knowledge, you can fight some goblins outside of town. And they drop wild onions. And wild onions are pretty useful in cooking, which I want to do, but clearly we don't have any money right now. So I think we're going to just have to do it just to get the gil. We'll sell it on the market board, get some extra gills for some spells, and then we should be good to go. I could use more equipment too, actually. A cloak would be nice, because we're actually using the basic human gear. And the defense isn't that high. Then again, a defense for a white mage shouldn't be that high. But we can check it out later. Another thing, you know what? I also wanted to mention this too, because I've seen it pass by a few times already at the bottom. Those orange text messages. Now, those are kind of awesome in their own regard because they're kind of a pivotal part of this game. So, it's just a shout system or a yell system. You can yell for things that you need, or if you need help with a quest, you can yell there. Like, look at that Eliana person. They need limit break 3 items, which is a bit tricky to do by yourself. So. And that's what I like. You can find people to help you with your quests. You can help other people through quests once you're in a position to. It's a fun game like that. Hey, Demidog, welcome back to the stream. How's it going? Welcome to the weekend. Jesse, we gotta cook. We're cooking, Jesse. Jesse, we gotta cook. Have you been a good employee? If you have, make you employee of the month. Oh, you know what? We should also check our regions. So there's another thing in this game that's kind of important, which is the region conquests. Now, each area in the world can be taken over by one of the three cities. We're Winder, so we're the tree, the green tree. Why that is important is because during this time, anything with a green tree, we can do a supply run for. And why that is important is because eventually when we have the ability to use outpost warping, it gets us around everywhere a lot faster. Actually, Gustavberg would be a really good one to finish right now because that would put us halfway across the world. Like, to get to Gustavberg, which is one of the Bastok, which is one of the main cities, you'd have to go through Juneau, then all the way down. It's a long trip. Should I get that out of the way? That's a really long trip, though. No, we'll save that for later. But at least we can do ones that are closer. I already did the Satra Batra one, which is the area that we're in. We could probably look at Arganau. That's not too far off either. Well, actually, no, it is kind of far. Do we have the dunes? The dunes are where we're going to, but it looks like it's controlled by a different city right now. So we can't get that. That's okay. I want to be employee of the month. Yes, everyone wants to be employee of the month, but you gotta work for it. You might gotta be like Lyle. Good old Lyle. Hey, Pokefan, how's it going? Welcome back to the stream. Stream should be titled Teaching Quokkalings about Final Fantasy XI. I can do that next time. There's nothing stopping me from doing so. I wouldn't mind. Let's heal a little before we go out there. You're right, though. Maybe I should name it that. I tried to name the titles of these, what the idea of the plan and like what we want to do for today. Like, that's typically how I want to go about it, but we could just name it simply like that. Probably would bring in more people, honestly. Good call, Demidog. But yeah, how Demidog and Pokefan, how are your weekends going so far? I hope it's starting off well. Make sure you get some yummy food. Okay. So the bees and mandragoras, as much as I would like to keep beating them up and getting more EXP from them, because they give like, I think right now they give like 20. Let's fight one. I think since right now they're considered easy prey, they'll give you the most minimal amount of XP every month. 30. Okay, I mean, we could spam a lot of these. 30 is not bad, actually. The thing is, I don't think we're going to be leveling any skills by fighting these, though, so we have to find something a little bit tougher. The goblins, that's right. We're going to go find goblins. Simple name equals simple game. This is true. Should I go ahead and change it right now? Nah, we're fine. We're fine right now. Oh, they still give crystals, though. That's not bad. Okay, okay. We'll fight the stuff on the way, then. Who is this? It's the summoner. Oh, they got a white mage sub job. We could give them a protect, though. Here, take this. Friendship. Now they are protected. I mean, they probably already have it on them, to be fair, because they're a white mage sub job, but oh, that Yagudo's getting kind of close. Let's move back a little. Trying to go for us. Trying to sneak up and eat our face. We good right now? Okay, that's good to hear. Always good to hear the Quokkalings doing well. Gonna make anything yummy? I have something yummy planned for later, actually. Once we're done streaming, I'm gonna make some hot pot. It is around that time. It's getting cold, so would be pretty nice. Maybe we can throw a banish in there. It's a really long cast time though, so it's pretty liable to getting interrupted. Oh, that did a pretty good chunk though. It was worth it. I love hot pot. Oh, let's go. Hot pot is awesome. I know there's different varieties out there that are awesome. Like, I'm partial to sukiyaki and shabu shabu. You know I like shabu shabu because of the video I made, but still my favorite. Delicious, easy to do. Let's see, it's just in my town nobody makes a decent hot pot. Oh, is that true? You must be the one then. You must be the chosen one. The hot pot master of your district. I will teach you the ways, and then you, in turn, I'll teach the others the ways, and also make delicious hot pot for yourself, ideally. What kind of stuff goes into your hot pot, Demi Dog? Now I'm curious. Ah, it interrupted me. Nah, I don't make hot pot. Oh, you don't? It should be pretty. It's not too hard to do, right? Though, especially if you love it. I'd encourage you to give it a try if that's the case, because usually it's just like the only difficulty I suppose would be making the stock, depending on what you like, what you want to make. But this, like things like shabu shabu and sukiyaki, the broth itself is usually pretty simple, so you can toss it together pretty quickly and then go. Let's see. I just tasted it once and it tasted good. That's fair. I'm more of an eater than a cooker, but that's also fair. You know, you don't have to cook the things you want, or you really like. It's just good to know sometimes, you know? And that way you can always make it for yourself if you're ever hungry and whatnot, so. That's kind of one of my motivations for cooking, I think, is that everything that delicious I taste, I want to be able to make also, so I can, in turn, give it to other friends, Quokkalings, who want to give it a try, you know, so. That's my shtick. Oh, I think we're gonna need to start buying some cookies in this game too. So some food items in this game give pretty significant benefits and buffs to your character. The cookies I mentioned help restore your MP while you're resting. Like they increase it by like 5 or something pretty significant, so recover a lot faster. You know what? We're gonna skip this Yagudo because I think right now our goal is to beat up some goblins. Okay, let's go for the further tower. This early tower might not have the stuff that we need at the moment, level wise at least, for EXP. Let's see. Once I tried to make a grilled cheese sandwich and ended up burning my hands, but luckily they are better now. Ooh, that's rough. Be careful of hot pans. Definitely don't want to burn your hands. I've done it before many times also. So it's not just you. Everyone goes through that as well. Ooh, an acolyte. So the acolytes, I know, drop scrolls once in a while, and if we're lucky, maybe we can get it to drop a scroll that we need. So we are gonna fight this one. The scribe over there is the black mage, and I think they usually exclusively drop the items of their job. So we're gonna fight this acolyte. Hopefully they don't link either, because I see him just looking at our general direction over there, in between the chat, very creepily like. They do have pretty good sight, so if we're unlucky, it might just go for us from a distance. Now it's going away. Okay, keep an eye on it though. So linking is where an enemy sees another enemy of its type fighting you, and it's like, oh, you know what? Screw this guy. I'm gonna fight him too, and they just join up and they gank you, and it's really, it's really surprising when they do, because suddenly you're fighting two enemies, and it's a slight mess. Also, yes, I can cook grilled cheese sandwiches now. Let's go. At least you learned the first time, right? So that's kind of the important thing. So basically they jump you. Yeah, they basically jump you. It's not fun for anyone involved. I don't want to die. They don't want to die. But if they're seeing another person of their clan being attacked, I mean, of course they're gonna, you know, jump in and fight too. Oh, look at that. 21 HP cured now. Pretty big jump. That's gonna be real nice. Oh, we got bar sleep. Okay, look at that. We got a scroll. That's incredibly lucky. That doesn't usually drop that quickly. It's probably not gonna sell for mini gil, but at least we can keep it. Oh, bar sleeps for red mages though. Okay, well shoot. We can't use that right now, but that's fine. We have a scroll for later for red mage. Quote unquote family. Yeah, family. Didn't you watch Vin Diesel and the other peeps? And Coco and any other sort of movie involving family? Always casting water. Oh, he's gonna stay away. He's smart. Gotta beat him up. Gotta get close. If I let him stay far away, he's gonna just continuously cast things, and I can't even auto him, so I'm gonna get close. Yeah, they're part of the same family though. They're Yagudos. I watched Family Guy. That's a family show, I guess. That counts. But that'd be, actually, you just reminded me. There's an emoji that I want to do involving Family Guy, and I'm pretty sure you already know what it's gonna be. But I want to have an emoji of myself. You know how when sometimes Peter falls down the stairs or like gets knocked out, he goes into like like a ragdoll kind of pose. I want that for the channel too. I want an emote of that. It'd be so funny to have. Peter death pose but Nanashi. Exactly. You know exactly what I'm talking about. That's what I want. Maybe one day. Right now I don't unfortunately still have the funds really to commission or do something similar. So the idea is I think we still need to hit 500. Once we hit 500, that allows me to start opening memberships and dropping emotes in the channel that you guys can use. I think I can set, hopefully, ideally, I can also set free emotes, so you all can use the emotes as well. But yeah, I mean, that's the idea, and that's if I get some sort of, you know, income from doing this channel, that, you know, it'll help me commission these kind of things. I still want to commission them in general myself anyways, because I think it's funny, you know, having something like that, and I can use it myself. But let's hope Nanashi chat doesn't become pay to win. Ideally, I don't think it ever will be. If I have to check the rules on YouTube, because I don't know if legit the emotes are locked behind subs, because I don't think, because whenever I pop my other channels, and that's just because, you know, it's probably because of the nature of the channel, you we can take a sit down while we talk. You can set up subscriptions in the channel, and of course you can set the emotes as rewards of subscriptions. I mean, that makes sense, right? You want to convince them to get the emotes by having them subscribe and whatnot. I'm okay with that too, but I actually also want to include some general ones for you all to use in general anyways, just so you have something to play with, right? But I don't know if YouTube allows you to set up your own emotes for free, which is something it's something I'm not even gonna be able to look at for a while anyways, because even if we hit 500 subscribers, I think I'm still 15, 20, 100 hours away from, was it 4,000 watch hours? No, that doesn't sound right. Is that right? I have to check again later, but there's a second condition in YouTube where if you want to start being, I think that's like the quote-unquote affiliate level of Twitch in this, and on YouTube on this platform, you need both of those. You need both of them. You need 500 subscribers and the watch hours done, and then that way you qualify for setting up emotes and that kind of thing. So hopefully we get there. We're halfway there on both fronts, so ideally with a little bit of luck and you know, you guys consistently coming in, it really helps. You know, again, Demi Dog, Poke Fan, Sea Lantern, everybody, it really does help the channel a lot more than you think. So thank you for always popping by and watching. Okay, we're getting there. Let's check our progress right now. Oh, look at that. We're already halfway through 9. We just need to beat up a bit more to get to 10. I think we're going to finish it off in that dungeon. We're going to get some wild onions, hopefully, and that way we can sell something to get some gil. We banished us to the Shadow Realm, or the Light Realm, I guess, because it's light energy. Yeah, so it's getting there, Demi Dog. And then again, I really appreciate your support for coming by all the time. Super appreciated. And if you're so inclined, I feel it is necessary to say, feel free to share me to friends who also like VTubers and stuff, because it really helps the channel. No dish is complete without onions. This is a fair point. You know, there's a lot of dishes out there that use onions, and I can't imagine it not being the same in Final Fantasy 11. So, oh, we're poisoned. So, luckily we have a counter to that. We have Poisona. We can remove poison effects from our party. It's one at a time, but you know, at least we're not taking ticks of damage without paying attention to it. You know, get bopped. Yes. You're bopped now. We got Sneak! Oh, Sneak is a great spell. Okay, so that's one of the critical spells as a white mage to have. Because when you're running around, say, to Valkrum Dunes, which we're going to do, having Sneak and Invisible are your go-tos. We can't learn it until level 20, but having both of them significantly raises the chances of you making it alive to your destination. Even in higher levels, it's like important to have someone who can sneak in invisible you, so in case anything goes wrong, or you try to avoid having anything go wrong by something aggroing you on the way to your like leveling party or to where you're farming. No problem. Oh well, thank you again. Always appreciate it. Actually, this one's a bit of a stretch. Maybe I shouldn't fight this one. Actually, he's going up pretty quick. So goblins have this little nasty trick called Bomb Toss. It does a chunk of damage to the area around, but there is a chance of it accidentally dropping the bomb, in which case it will accidentally boop itself at the same time as me. That's the ideal, because it will knock it out a lot faster. But it's also not so ideal because I think when he drops the bomb, it does a little bit more damage than usual. Or the same. Actually, I'm not actually sure anymore. It's been a bit. If not bomb toss, at the very least, we can... it might use Goblin Rush, and Goblin Rush isn't too bad to deal with usually. Oh, he was about to use it. But he got sponked. It's fine. No onions, though. Rude. Give us our onions. But yes, that's the idea. We're gonna get onions going. Oh, he's a white mage too. Look, he has the Justice Badge also. Give him a wave. Giant speeds. Goblin uses mass destruction with a bomb. I mean, yes, that's honestly pretty accurate. Okay, we're gonna get in here. Find some gobbos. Heal up before we fight some gobbos. It's gonna be fantastic. Oh. Oh, so the server itself, it is a private server, so they're free to do whatever they want with their server. And usually a lot of the ruins, a lot of the dungeons don't have a soundtrack. And it looks like someone decided it should, so I guess this dungeon has a soundtrack now. That's fun. You get a little MP. So anyways, yeah, I mean, I'm excited. Given the year that we've had, honestly, I never thought I'd make it to, 100 subscribers, let alone 300. So, super appreciated that you guys are here. And I hope to continue bringing this fun kind of stuff for you guys to watch every so while. Gobble gobble. It's kind of catchy. I don't know. It sounds like kind of random notes at the moment, but. It's cute. Honestly, the things that happen in here could be a pretty appropriate song. Ooh, I don't remember if these aggro by sound early. Gonna fight me? Okay. Usually it would have aggroed me by now if they were aggroable, so the thumbs up. Oh, I don't have hands in this in this model. I just gave you the biggest thumbs up too, Demi Dog. You got me. You understand. Okay, so okay, there's a thug. Okay, and the farming begins, and also the leveling. Nice. And the dab. Wait, I'll do one for you too. Okay. Well, I guess you wouldn't be able to see it very well on your side, but I did the biggest dab for you. It was, you probably saw my body just shift to the left a bit, but it works out, You'll have to take my word that I dabbed for you, but I did do it. I never reject such a thing. He's kind of hurt though. Maybe I should improve my armor sometime. Well, ideally as a white mage, we're never going to be front lines in a party, so we can kind of skimp on the armor for the time being. Unless we're really soloing something all the way till letter level, but... Oh no, it's using the bomb toss! Oh, that one chucked it. It didn't... I mean, that's fine. Oh yeah, we get Gil out of this too. Yeah, no, you know what? These are great. We're gonna fight these for a bit. Ooh, wow, it aggroed really far. See that one moved straight across the room. You just tilted your head on my screen. Well, yeah, I mean, when you dab, you go into the, crook of your arm. And then, if it's a especially powerful dab, you move your head to meet said arm, so. It was a worthy dab, I promise you. You just tilted your head on my screen. I mean, yeah, that's exactly what it would look like, huh? Oh, did they link? I think they might have linked. Where did it go? Oh, they're coming. Oh, lordy, they're coming. Okay. We need to paralyze this thug. Okay, so that's the second thing that happens in this game that's kind of dangerous. They link. sometimes creatures link. They're like, hey, you bullying my friend, I'm gonna bully you too. And that's just exactly what happened. We pulled one and we instead pulled two. We better get rid of this one quickly. Okay, problem solving with Nanashi. Okay, so now that this one's gone, that other one's gone, we can kind of focus our efforts on this one, but... Oh, okay, thank goodness, the paralyzed hit. That should help things as far as interrupting it every so while. Oh, that one actually went down pretty quickly. Okay, that's fine. Perfect. Jump in, boys, the gobble thugs, probably. Yeah, that's exactly how they do it. Very rudely too, I might add, a lot of the time. Let's see, can I fish it? Here. Ah, you see me. But I didn't bring the other two. Yes. Now you're mine. At least for the ones by sight, you kind of have an idea, a rough idea of like where exactly you can walk in front of them to try to pull them over to your party or like to yourself, like what you just saw right now. Now, since we're this far away, the thugs over there shouldn't come and join the fight. If we had to fight 3 in a row, that's a little tougher. That's rather tough. That will literally be the instance of jumping boys. Ending with a Peter Griffin Nanashi. Okay. Hey, we got our first onion. Okay, now we need, I think, 11 more to complete a stack. Oh, look at him. He's still charging up his move. That's spooky. No, don't attack me while I'm resting. That'd be rude. There we go. Okay, yes. Stay over there. Wow, the music kind of does fit. Demidog says, I feel like I should change my profile picture. It's been with me for quite a while, plus it's only my profile picture because of it there. You could if you want to. I can understand having an attachment to a profile picture for a while. Straight up, I'm using one right now. Like the classic channel, not live 2D, PNG tuber icon that I have it's still there. I really like the style of it, and you know, it's cute and cozy. So yeah, I mean, I understand. If you want to keep your profile picture, you should. But I do feel this profile picture is very good though. Yeah, if you like it, you should stick to it. No reason not to. If anything, it's not even permanent, right? If you want to change it, you can always change it back to if ever, so. This one's kind of weak. I don't think we're gonna have to cast anything for this. The release its onions. Oh, Beastman still. Oh, it's attacking. It decided didn't like what it saw. Oh, fire crystals too, though. I think those are pretty expensive if we stack those, so not bad. Have I convinced any of you to play Final Fantasy 11 with me yet? It's a very nostalgic game for me, and I'm hoping because 14 is kind of jumping in and making it more prevalent in the Alliance raids, I'm hoping we can get more people to play it at some point. I will say, I'm sorry at the start of things. This will be very kind of slow, maybe. It'll be slow because we're a white mage. We're not really meant for physical combat, right? And we kind of have to do it until level 10 where the Valkrum Dunes party becomes viable. And then at that point, we're going to be curing parties. And that will be interesting for you to see, I think. Working together with peeps. Don't worry. No, I'm not too worried. I'm having fun with this, and as long as you guys are having fun with me too, it is fine. It is wonderful. Everything is great. We're getting our level pretty quickly too, so we might be able to actually get out of here faster than getting the 12 onions that we need. But then again, I'm also kind of... Oh wow, that really saw me from distance. I'm kind of tempted to keep going for more onions to at least have a stack to sell. That one went down quick. This is the one time where usually when I play this game and I'm restarting from ground zero, I'm more of a thief player, so I can start by getting a trait that thieves have. So thieves have this, they're thieves, right? So they're really good with treasure. So they get this trait called Treasure Hunter eventually. Do these aggro? This one aggroes. Okay, that one aggroes by sound. So that's good to know. Actually, now that I think about it, I think these blade bats also aggro link with any other bats in the area. So if we run by another sort of bats just wandering around, they might just join in on the fight too. So let's be careful. What were we talking about? I forgot already. We were talking about onions. We were talking about the dunes, I think. Okay, so as far as getting to the dunes goes, it's gonna be a bit of a trip because we're gonna have to. It's on the wrong side of the world for us. So Winders is on its own island, kind of thing. Sanadoria and Bastok share the same island, so it's a little easier for both of them to get to the dunes. Rest a little. There's one more type of aggro, which is really... Okay, no, maybe not one. There's several. So other than sight and invisible, or sorry, invisible... No, that's not right. Sight and smell, some enemies will detect you through other means. So usually it's either casting magic. Some enemies will sense you cast magic and will aggro you after you've finished your spell. And there's also a... What was it called? Blood aggro. Blood aggro is when you fall down a certain threshold of HP. And this is usually an undead thing. They'll come up to you from like miles away and be like, I want to eat you. After noticing that your flesh is tender. I could have probably worded that better, but it's still true. Okay, so this room is particularly dangerous because all three of them can aggro. We're gonna go for the thug first, and hopefully the weaver doesn't notice. Yeah, there we go, sweet. Didn't link. It's good. Nanashi, don't eat the bat. China tried it already. No, we're not eating bats. We're not eating bats, we're just fighting them to get some EXP. That's it. Terry Tom. If you move, you die. If you're loud, you die. If you're stinky, you die. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. There is a stinky, actually, in this game. There's a spell to counteract it called deodorize. But thankfully for smell, at least last I remembered, for smell, they only track you by smell. They'll follow your position, but they won't know where you are or aggro you. Unless it has smell and sight aggro, then they'll like eat you, I guess. Deodorize is crazy. It's true. I thought it was kind of funny that deodorize exists in the game like this, but it does. It's real. Just like sneaking invisible. It's part of the white mage repertoire. And it's not used that often. There's not many enemies out there that really track by smell. But it's good to have when the situation does pop up. And also you can send a message too if you cast deodorize on someone. You can tell them they're stinky indirectly. Bonk! Yes, our bonk was better. Batwing. Can we eat that? Nah. I know the bat wings eventually you can craft with another set of wings, I think, to create animal glue, which is a pretty nice thing to have for more crafting later. In fact, actually, you know what? We should keep it. We'll see on the market board how much they go for, and we'll go from there. Bonk! way foul vampire on the night of the night. Use deodorize on Nanashi. I'm not stinky. How dare? I smell good, like cookies or flowers or something. I don't know. What is a good smell that you guys typically enjoy? Like when you go somewhere, you're like, ooh, that's a good smell. Someone once told me that their good smell was bacon, and I think the question was like, what kind of smell would you like to have like lingering around your house forever? And someone said bacon, which I can understand, but I couldn't do it. Like having the smell of bacon in your house forever would be would be interesting to say the least. You like the smell of bacon grease? I do too. It's not like it's bad, but it's like, do you really want that smell around your house the rest of your life? Like all the time? Like, dang. Oh no. Did we get a double? No, it's just one. Okay. I was gonna say, because we actually are kind of low on MP, that would have been a bit dangerous. But this one actually is going down pretty fast too, so it should be okay. No, they're not dropping onions. Give me your onions. I know you have them. Oh, we were talking about Thief. Okay, so Thief has a skill called Treasure Hunter. And as you level up more, you get more, you get improved levels of Treasure Hunter as a passive ability. Right now, I don't know if you can have anything. Let's see. Let's rest while we look. Oh, we got a circlet. Oh, let's go. That's equipment we can use, I'm pretty sure. I think that's mage equipment too. Let's go. That was lucky. I don't think it gives any mind or intelligence, but at least it's a little more armor. So let's see. For us, we need a job traits. There we go. Oh, we legit don't have any yet. We probably got our first one at 10. Okay, so there's certain traits that this is kind of where it kind of falls into the nice thing of having sub jobs. Sub jobs would allow you to have the passive abilities that you learn from other classes too. Actually, you know what? My example from the previous stream, Ninja. So Ninja, I believe at level 10 gets dual wielding, and it's a passive ability. It just says you can equip a second weapon on your offhand. And so when you're a level 20 white mage and you have a ninja sub job, you suddenly have 2 wands, which means more stats, and you can attack with 2 weapons, which is kind of neat. And it's a passive ability, so if you're a level 20 white mage, you'd be a level 10 ninja with your sub job. It takes half of it. So any spells that the ninja might be able to use... Oh, we weren't healing properly. Okay, that's fine. Any spells that the ninja would be able to use up to level 10 when you're a level 20 white mage are available, which is pretty cool. So suddenly you have ninjutsus as a white mage for some reason, but it's really fun and it's really cool. Let's see, Demidog says, not all the time. I think if I want to smell lingering in my house, it would be lavender. That's a nice smell too. I don't... for me, it would have to be like a light lavender. If it's a really strong lavender smell, then maybe that might be a bit of a problem. But if it's a light smell throughout the house, I think I could live with that. Kagebunshin no Jushi. Exactly. Actually, that's true. That's actually a thing. So sometimes warriors, samurai, dragoon, actually a lot of the physical classes like subbing ninja, because either it gives him another weapon or it gives him access to Kagebunshin no Jutsu. In this game, it's called Utsusemi. And when you have Utsusemi as a physical attacker, the shadows help absorb a lot of damage. So you're not wrong. It's actually a very critical part of a lot of physical attackers in this game. Uh oh. Want to know something funny too? In this game, of all the things, I never figured this out as a baby quokka. Ninja actually is a tank. Of all things. Because they get so many shadows, it's so hard for, and they're really evasive, so it's really hard for enemies to actually hit them. And then, funny enough, that makes them a really strong tank. I don't think that's how they intended for it to work, but it worked out for them. What? Yeah, what? You think they're like super assassins, right? Like, which they can be, I guess. If you have the right sub job. You're a thief as a sub job, you can crit really hard as a ninja, I imagine. But actually, yeah, you know, they're straight up tanks in this game. My other character, my main character on the server, actually is a ninja main and very good at tanking. They absorb a lot of hits. The ninja sounds busted. And in particular, ninja is a very nice sub job. Everyone likes ninja as the sub job. Which is why I wanted to main it, actually, because I don't see very many ninja mains. Most people level it up to level 37. So 37 in particular because that's a max sub job level you can get at a level 75 max server, which is what we're playing on. So I wanted to go beyond that and see how it is. Now, ninja is actually a pretty expensive job too. Because to cast those ninjutsus, they have to have the corresponding item that lets them cast it. So that means a lot of market board trips, gathering, I think it's called Shihei. For that particular spell, it's called Shihei. So you have to use a Shihei every single time you cast that. And it kind of adds up guild-wise. But in this server, a lot of people use Shihei, so the cost of it isn't actually that bad. Oh, it didn't kill it. Ah, bomb! It tossed it too. It didn't get itself in the... Oh, we level up! Let's go! Okay. Now we can go to the dunes. That's kind of disappointing, though. I think we only ended up with one onion, right? Oh, we got a circuit, though. Oh, wait, hold on. We can equip that and make ourselves slightly beefier. +1 defense. Let's go. And look, you saw the model change, right? So look, it's on my head now. Hey, 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 hey. Don't you attacking me while I'm showing off. Come here. It's running at me from behind, about to shank me in the leg. Come here. Oh no, they're aggroing. Ah! Okay, that's fine. This one's going down pretty fast. Now we can beat up this one. Do you have an onion? You don't have an onion. My Goob, please. My friend Goob. I want an onion. Please give onion. Do you have an onion? You didn't have an onion either. Gobble Thug really thought he was slick. He was. He would have had it too if it wasn't for my camera angle. Oh, someone examined me. Oh, it was the guy who was walking by earlier. Oh, you know what? We should recast Protect on ourselves. It may not seem like much, but in higher levels, having Protect on you at, like, most of the time is very, very nice. Very critical. I think that guy Churro isn't getting... This used to be a pretty popular thing to do. Get onions for, like, for Gil. But on this server, I think everyone's more or less higher level at this point, so and either that or they already have the guild that they need, so maybe not as possible. Oh, look at that. We got fire crystals though, and we got 6. If we make a stack, that'd be a good way to finish our run here, and then we can go to the dunes. No, why are you running that way? You're gonna run right in front of the Weaver. You're gonna link him. Oh, he didn't. Okay, never mind. Good thug. Nice of you. Give me your onions, boy. We're stealing onions. Oh, no. Oh, wait. Huh? Where you going? Oh, he's coming. Jesse, we're cooking with fire crystals now. We're cooking with fire crystals, Jesse. Not the blue ones. Yeah, I get bonked. Onion? No onion. Ah. It's a hard onion life here. Just the one. Onions? Oh, I see a lot of onion targets over there. I kind of miss my black mage. It's kind of nice. The black mage is nice because you have the Ga spells. So like Bazaga, Firaga, and they hit AoE. Oh, wait, is this one tough? No, we're just missing. Okay, we're fine. Are onions really that rare? They kind of are. They're I would say they're like a medium rare kind of rarity. With the thief treasure hunter, it becomes a lot far easier, but we're not a thief today. We are a white mage. So we're gonna have to bonk a few more than usual, I think, to get those onions. Oh, this is actually... Oh no, there's 3! Okay, hold on. Now we might actually have a problem. Oh, I don't have that much MP. I might have to just save it for curing. Also, something I noticed too is that I don't know if it's actually true, but it feels like when more things are aggroing you, they seem to get significantly more accurate at hitting you. Ooh, that's 20 health. Okay. And didn't even drop an onion. So rude. Okay, hold on. Let's cure and then... Jump him JJK style, boys. No! Not like this. Okay, we had a weapon skill, so that broke us out of that one. Oh, and this one... Okay, no, this one's not too bad. We could bonk it a few times and it's gone. Wow, okay, that could have been bad, though. We're lucky we cleared the harder one first. Onion! Okay, we need we need 10 more, y'all. Oh. What kind of EXP are we getting from this? That'd be funny if we just kept trying to go for a whole stack of onions when we level up to 11. You know what? Maybe we should. Maybe we just go try to get more onions first. Wait, well, okay, that's our goal right now. We're going to try to complete 1 stack of fire crystals, which isn't that far. And then... Yeah, 10 more onions. Oh, actually, wait. Look at the stats on that thing, though. You lose a lot of vitality, but... It's only 5 minutes, actually. It's not that great. But you get a lot of agility. Classic JJK style when they jump him and still lose. Yeah, sounds about right. You even say Chainsaw Man too when they try to jump that one dude, Kishibe. Same thing. Same concept. Okay. I think this is a worthy investment of our time. Because right now the only other craft that we can really make money off of is fishing. But unfortunately, fishing does cost money too, and we need to get a fishing rod to start anything. Now the upside to this is that the city that we end up in, next to Valkrum Dunes, which is where we want to level, it is a fishing town, and that's where you typically want to start fishing. So while we're waiting for a party, we could start fishing. Get a rod and see if we can catch anything. Oh, 1 gil. No EXP either. No onion. Purely a goblin thug. I think we're gonna have to check the secret wall again. Ooh. Oh no, that was just... We missed. Usually when you bonk something and it only takes like 1% of their health, you're like, uh-oh. Did I hit something that I shouldn't have? Onion? Seal. Seal's good too. So those Beastman seals, they only drop if you're finding something that gives EXP. Oh, the bat's still here. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna have to go past it to get the other 2. So the Beastman seals are good because when you save up a bunch of them, in a later town, you can trade them in for orbs that you can use to do like big fights, like treasure fights. And you typically need a party to do it. A lot of link shells in this game have like adventure parties for such a reason, because the treasure you get from it is usually pretty good, and sometimes like really expensive souls drop from them too. So in any case, I guess what I'm trying to say is whenever we get Beastman seals, we're keeping those. Those are really important for later. Get some nice gear. Oh, took my blood. Too bad it's filled with garlic. Oh, there's another bat though. Oh, actually, I think we could pull around the bat. There we go. Nice pull. No onions? Insert Megamind meme. Megamind is great. I'm still fully convinced it just happened to be released at the wrong time. I think they had just had a bad release or like not as much marketing. and that's why no one has ever really seen it. It's like a sleeper, which is a bummer because it's actually a fantastic movie. Megamind's great. Ooh, it's gonna bomb toss. It's fine, we booped it. You really like Megamind 2? Yeah, I mean, it's a great movie. Like, what the message is trying to get across, and like the plot, like everything about it is actually pretty good, and I definitely enjoyed it. Now, I do have to admit, I did not actually watch Megamind in a theater. Because for the same reason, I didn't really know that the movie existed because of, like, I guess the lack of marketing. Eventually, I saw that was something available on one of my flights over to Asia, I believe, and I watched it, and it's fantastic. I'm like, wait, this is amazing. Megamind is the only movie that has a simp supervillain and a simp superhero that's simp for the same girl. This is true. Fight the plot, indeed. Okay, we're not gonna fight that bat. That bat took some of my blood already. Well, another bat took some of my blood already. We have a goal here. We need onions. We'll give it a few more rotations. If the onions really aren't dropping, then we can just go on to the dunes for today, I think. Oh, are they gonna link? Okay, thankfully the thug didn't look at the Weaver's way when we started this. You know what? Actually, if we're fighting these two, if we're lucky, maybe we can get some more circlets, because I think those sell for a decent amount too. Maybe not very much, maybe like just 75 gil, but at least it's something, you know? The only other high value item that's in this game, in the area that we're in, is those silks from the crawlers, the big caterpillars. But they're probably a little more rare than the onions dropping, to be perfectly honest. But each one of those do give like 243 gil or something like that, which is really nice. So if we find any crawlers on the way back, I guess we can fight them. I need a dollar. Yeah. Starting out with Gil is a little tricky in this game. Typically, hopefully, you have a friend going into the game with you, because then you can actually work together to make Gil. Starting solo like this does make it a tiny bit more difficult, but it's not as bad as I think most people make it. Let's see, what else was good about Megamind? I don't know, like everything about that movie, like the twist? I guess it's a twist. It was a pretty good, it was a twist. The twist was pretty fun. The villain was pretty interesting and fun too. And the actual villain got comeuppance, so you know, but it was good. Demi Dog says, "Don't worry, Nanashi. I'll be the friend that will go into this game with you. Just that I'll be a friend from chat, not the actual game." That's fine. Hey, if you're interested in this, Demi Dog, like honestly, it is free. Well, okay, don't not completely free. Okay, well that's not right either. So what I'm trying to say is, what we're playing on right now, it isn't the official servers. The official servers, you have to pay for it as a monthly fee, and it's very different than what this server is trying to give you. This server is trying to retain its party aspect of it. So up to a certain point where an expansion happened, once that expansion happened, everything kind of turned into solo play, which is kind of a bummer because this game really excels at partying. So what this private server is trying to do is retain that aspect of partying, and it is free. I will say that it is free. So if you are interested in playing this game with me and starting this game yourself, which would be an awesome dream of mine to have people do, check out Horizon XI. So XI for 11, and then Horizon. Horizon XI is the server that we're playing on currently. frankly, I've played on a lot of private servers myself, and Horizon XI is probably one of the best ones that I've played at because it does do a good job of balancing a lot of things. So if you're interested, Derry Dog, and any other Quokkalings in chat, definitely give it a try. It looks daunting at first. Learning the mechanics and how to move is a little bit difficult, I will say. There's a bit of a curve. This game was meant to be just played on the keyboard, to be perfectly honest with you, because for the PS2, you only had controller or keyboard to play with. And the keyboard was easier because, you could type things to your friends online. So in fact, you can actually play this game mostly on your number pad, which is kind of amazing. Eventually, I got used to playing with WASD and the arrow keys, which I think gives me a bit more control, but like OG way, you can still play on a number pad. It's pretty amazing. David Dog says, so funny story, but my PC is not working. Oh no. Well, that's okay. You know what? If you ever get it working again and you ever feel like joining me on this server, please do, because it's really, honestly, it's a fantastic game. You have a lot of, I have a lot of good memories of this game, and especially with the people that I play with. Actually, that's kind of a thing too. I kind of wish I kept in, I still keep in contact with actually some of the old people that I used to play this game with. Oh, aggroed me. From ages ago when I was first playing it. Uh-oh, double. And it's great. I have to play games or watch media and stuff on phone. Ah, okay. Well, if anything, Derry Dog, luckily nowadays, how it runs is definitely not nearly as like intensive on your computer as it used to be. So I wouldn't be surprised if you got your computer or your PC fixed that it would work on your computer. It's if you ever go into it too, do let me know. I will definitely try to help you out best I can. We could party up in here too. That's my goal. I want to party up with people in this game, either from the chat or from in the game. So, and I'll also show you guys how to play the game because it's fun. Like, it's an old experience that I think is kind of unappreciated nowadays. Like, let's see. The Enemy Dog also says, and since I don't have most of my games on phone, I settled for Pokemon Unite and MLBB to play. That's fine. Now I get it. Yeah, just if anything, like, if you're ever interested, the invitation's out there. It's free. It does take a, well, I guess comparatively nowadays, it's not that much space anymore either. I think there's talk actually of them releasing a new expansion sometime soon too. Not in the sense that like they made their own expansion, but like currently the server is only at the first, I believe, 2 expansions unlocked, and they're trying to balance the next expansion so the party issue doesn't become a issue again. So yeah, definitely a lot to look forward to. That is actually the next one that's coming out is actually my favorite expansion because it introduces Blue Mage. And Blue Mage is one of my favorite classes of all time. Like in any sort of Final Fantasy. Like Kumari, Rina, Quistis, all the Blue Mages. They're like what made the game really fun for me. For those who don't know, Blue Mage is a job where you fight monsters, and if you want them to use a certain spell or a certain ability, and through the use of that ability, once you defeat them, sometimes you have a chance of learning that spell for yourself. So you got to use monster abilities as your own spells, which is really cool. And in this game, there's a kind of a unique thing where equipping certain spells also gives you stat bonuses. It also gives you certain traits that other classes can use, provided that you have the correct combination of spells to make it work. So like, let's take for example, Bludgeon. There's a spell called Bludgeon, Bomb Toss, like the goblins. You can learn Bomb Toss from these goblins. And I don't know, Healing Breeze. You if you have all 3 of those equipped at one time, you have a certain amount of points so that you can't just equip everything. You can only equip a certain amount of spells at a time. But say you did, and it might give you a trait called Clear Mind, which lets you gain more MP when you're resting. So it's pretty fun. Again, it really speaks to the creativity of this game for me, because you can make really interesting builds just in that one job alone. Like, there's a lot of traits that you normally can't unlock in other jobs unless it's through a sub job or something similar. So Demidog asks, so as a blue mage you kill a monster and take their spells. I like it. Yeah, that's exactly right. Funny enough, oh, Onion, let's go. Okay, we're getting there. 9 more. So like the goblins have Goblin Rush and Bomb Toss. Bomb Toss is one that you can learn relatively early, if I remember correctly. Goblin Rush, funny enough, I don't think you can learn unless you're playing up to level 90 spells. And that's something the server is adamant on not doing. They want to stick to the level 75 limit. So I don't expect to see us learning it unless they balance it so that you can actually use it as 75 or something, you know. Onion, onion! It just gently lifts the onion off the ground. Onion! That's exactly it. So since it used to say we were a blue mage right now, since it used it, now if I beat it, there's a chance that in the text boxes below it says you learn Bomb Toss. And yeah, then you can use it from now on, which is really cool. That's kind of the fun thing about blue mage for me too, because you have to travel around the world to learn a bunch of spells so that you can use them in fighting. And there's a whole list, like it's a huge list, but it's one of the more fun aspects of the job for me. Like sometimes you need to, if the enemy mob is too strong, but you need to learn the spell, you can gather your friends and have them help you. It's really cozy and fun. If they're blue mages also, they can also learn it with you. So I think in that case, I don't think it's a case where it's everyone learns it. If one person learns it, I think you might have to do some throw fights to get that chance to keep getting the spell for everybody. So again, this game is very teamwork oriented, which is what I love. So Quokkalings, if you're ever interested, again, the private server is called Horizon XI, and it is free. It works on most computers too. You might need some troubleshooting to get it to work on, I think, Windows 11, but it's not. I'm on Windows 11 right now, and it wasn't that much of a trouble. Like it was really easy to navigate. The support on the server and Discord as well for this private server, very well done too. So I would highly recommend it if you have a PC. If you want to join me and party up with me, you know. If the blue mage was a main character of an anime, the anime would be titled "I traveled the world to kill monsters and steal this so I could become the strongest blue mage in the world." That's pretty accurate. That is it. Have you noticed how outrageously long, like, anime titles have gone recently? Wait a minute, did I just see a Weaver in here? Oh, you're on the other side over there? I just saw one here. Okay, well, we have enough for one more Dia, so we can fight this and then take a rest and get some MP. Oh, we're getting some decent EXP though still. Actually. We might be able to hit 11 before we go to the Valkrum Dunes. Oh, maybe I should have. Oh, this one's a slightly tougher one than usual. Okay, keep an eye on that. We got 3 onions. We almost have a stack of fire crystals, so we could sell that. Oh, it's using stone. I'm always scared of the mages in this game because some of the monsters, like the beastmen, typically have a quote-unquote class. And Weaver, I think, is supposed to be the goblin early black mage. And white mage, or red mage, I guess. If it's using... Paralyze is a white mage skill, and then stone is a black mage skill. So it sounds like it's a red mage. And sometimes they can use red mage skills too, which kind of makes it even scarier. Okay, we're getting kind of low. We're fine. Everything's fine. I don't think there's anything that blood aggro's in here, so we're gonna take it easy over here. Oh look, the other weaver popped up. Was it always there? Huh. We're getting some weaver gear, not gear, some weaver crafting items too, which is kind of nice. My main character actually uses, or not uses, crafts, main craft is a weaver, so we can actually send that over to him later. Maybe make some more gil. I don't know if we're allowed to share between accounts though, actually in this server. I don't want to break any rules by doing so, and it's kind of more fun to just start like from the ground up, right? And for a new character at least. Which, that being said, the cotton cloth and the grass thread, I don't think I'm going to be using on this character, and it doesn't usually sell for that much on the market board, so we might as well send it over to, if allowed, send it over to our main, which can craft it into something probably far more fantastic than we can do with it on this character. Old anime titles, Bleach, new anime titles, Mushoku Tensei reincarnated in another world. Yeah, so titles, I think it's a given now or something. Like, it's a necessary thing to have as a new anime, to have just an outrageously long title. Kind of funny how that is. You know what? I think it's because it's if I think about it, I think it's the isekai animes. They are the ones that have the like really outrageous, really long titles. Which is not bad, you know. Oh, wait, these should have respawned already. Oh, there they are. Isekais are fun though. If you can choose an isekai to be part of, which one would it be? Straight up? Well, actually, the first one that came to my mind, because it seems like it would be a fun world, would be Konosuba. Kazuma seems like he's having a great time, and it seems like the world isn't usually in terrible danger, and it seems like a fun world to be into, so I would not mind it. The one I would absolutely not want to be part of, unless I was a broken character, would probably be Overlord. Overlord would be rough to live in. Yours would be Tensura, reincarnated as slime. Yeah, so that's another good one too. Reincarnated as a slime is a great one. I would not mind being part of that one either. Overlord is a death wish. Yeah, I mean, unless you're I will go. Oh my god, I can't even say it right. Gone? Well, he says gone, right? But I say gown. Unless you're him, then you know your world's actually pretty set. I just got on Rimuru's good side and I'm safe. That is actually true. I suppose that is true. And that's not particularly hard. Usually it's just be a generally nice person. Being a monster kind of helps too. Or unless you're one of Ainz's friends. This is also true. Which isn't impossible, because I know... I mean, without going into spoilers, I know there's some human friends here and there, once in a while. Is it just me, or is this Weaver suspiciously difficult? It's hitting like a truck for some reason. I'm gonna paralyze you. Okay, it hit. Good. Okay, there we go. Get some progress there. Yeah, I mean, if you're one of Ain's friends, you're definitely set. Like, yeah, there's no downside. I can't really think of a downside unless somehow in the world there's something even more powerful in him and really took offense to his existence. Maybe by association he might get ganked, but for the most part I can't see it being a downside if you're his friend or him himself. Yeah, but definitely for sure, if I had a choice, Konosuba. That one seems the most relaxed and fun. That one seems like an adventure, and it's nice. I like it. Let's see. I wonder what other things. Like, if you were able to, if we were able to be isekai'd into a game of your choice, what would it be? And I guess you can choose if you're the main character or not. If I'm the main character, like the Warrior of Light, 11 or 14 would be pretty fun. But there's a lot of tragedy that happens in that game too, so I don't know if I would completely want that either. That's a tough one because there's typically danger in every single anime, right? Like Yu-Gi-Oh, there's world-ending threats that kind of get resolved through card games. I'm choosing Pokemon easily. Pokemon has spooky things too. Have you ever seen those like entries for like Drifloons and like the creepier side of Pokemon? Like that's kind of spooky too. Most of the time Pokemon is pretty tame though, so I can't see any other reason. Oh, look at the Bard. Level 75 Bard. What is he doing in here? Oh, he's probably going to the lower levels. The lower levels here have really hard and difficult things to fight. That, and there's also quests in this map, so you have, if he hasn't done it already, he might be going back to do it. Oh, it's casting. I gotta get in there. We're gonna get aggro though for sure. Let's see, don't worry, I'll just get myself an Arcanine and no one's touching me unless they're a water type. I guess that's true. This is true. Don't worry if I get killed as Ain's friend, he will kill the killer and revive me because he's busted. That's also true. He does have a lot of reviving items, doesn't he? What world would I choose? I'm tempted to say the Fate world, like Fate Grand Order, but that's also a lot of pressure. If I was Fujimaru, if I was Ritsuka, the main master for Fate Grand Order, yeah, that's a lot of stress. But also it seems interesting to meet a bunch of historic like people over and like fairy tales and that kind of thing over time. So I don't know. You know what? I'd have to actually give it a bit of thought. I don't actually know what video game I'd insert myself into. Yeah, actually, I don't know. This is a very interesting. All the fun ones that I have are, there's definitely some sort of level of danger. Never really seen Fate. Oh, that's okay. It's a great series. You've heard of what it's about though, right? I imagine. I know of Gilgamesh and Saber, and those are the only Fate characters I know. That's fine. That's kind of how it usually is anyways with Fate. Those are the like really famous characters at least. Oh no, it's casting. Get in there. Ooh. Yeah, as a master in that world, it would be pretty difficult. I can't say I'd do very well. If I was Ritsuka, the main character, he goes under a lot of stress, but he makes it out each time. So I guess in a nutshell, it's still okay. That goblin attacking me? Yes, he is. Why is it going so far around? Come back. Where are you going? You have onions. You have onions for me. But yeah, I mean, Saber and Gilgamesh, those are some of the more popular characters. The whole shtick of Fate is that, at least for the original series, the main character is taking part in something called the Holy Grail War, and there's 7, I believe, something like 7 figures from history that get summoned to fight in this war. And when that happens, whoever ends up as the last, I guess, person alive gets to make a wish. And so everyone wants that, right? So they all fight all over for it. And the interesting thing for that series is that you, at least when you start, nowadays the identities of each hero is kind of common knowledge now. But if you're kind of like a history buff and you have no idea what the show is about, it's kind of fun to figure out who each character is, because you don't know from the get-go. Like, you kind of have to get hints. Yeah, you kind of have to get hints over time, like what the character is. Saber in particular is a very famous character. So, for example, their sword, oh, I'm sure everyone already knows, Saber is King Arthur, right? So their sword, Excalibur, is extremely famous. So having the sword out is automatically a really big tell of who the identity of that of what Saber is, right? And then if people know what who Saber is, there might be some corresponding legend to countering them, right, in the Holy Grail. So, for example, say your hero or summoned hero was Achilles. Once they figured out that your summoned hero is Achilles, there's only one place to aim at that point, right, which is the Achilles heel. So it's fun to figure out who the other people are and like what kind of weaknesses they might have. It's pretty cool. Let's see, Nanashi, if you were a master in Fate, which historical figure would you have? Interesting question. Actually, I have a list. I've always wondered. And some of those heroes eventually got released in Fate Grand Order, which is kind of fun. And some of them might not exist yet. I actually don't know. I used to play with the Japan I used to play the Japanese version, which is the most updated version. But eventually I lost my account. Well, it's still out there. The problem is I don't have the... I had an issue with my phone where unfortunately I had to do a complete reinstall of the OS. And it didn't unfortunately retain my code, so... Me too. I take this. Aw, friendly warrior. It just gave me a wave. That's so cute. I appreciate that. Hello, SL. Okay, onwards. We have onions to farm. Did you know apparently Sonic wielded Excalibur? Is that right? When did that happen? I don't remember that at all. That's awesome, though. What were we talking about? Oh, so my hero choices. Well, in Fate Grand Order, some of them exist now. Zhuge Liang was one of them. William Tell is another. He got released far later, but eventually did get released. Which is cool to me because like I had a list when the regular Fates was a thing and not Grand Order. So I made a little list of myself like, okay, this guy would be Caster, this guy would be a Lancer. Who else did I choose? I think for Lancer I chose Honda Tadakatsu because I think he's famous for his, like, I think Dragonfly Cutter Lance, which is kind of cool. William Tell as an archer because he's an archer. He's the famous one that shot like the apple off his son's head, I think, if I remember the tale correctly. Who else? There's some interesting classes too that aren't part of the original 7, which is things like Avengers, Rulers, that kind of thing. And I tried to include those too. I can't look at my list right now because unfortunately my phone is the thing hosting the VTuber rigging right now, but once I figure it out I can tell you later. I had a pretty decent list too if I remember correctly. Let's see, Dumbledore, a historical figure. I think Dumbledore may just be a character from the Harry Potter series, so unfortunately, unless his legend in Harry Potter... Well, that's true actually. In the Fate series, people have chances to become the heroes in the... it's called the Throne of Heroes. They have a chance to be a part of the Throne of Heroes if their legend becomes so popular or famous that they get accepted. So... that'd be funny though. It's like if Dumbledore became so famous through Harry Potter that eventually became a hero, a fictional hero in the Throne of Heroes that could be summoned. That'd be kind of fun. Let's see. Maybe like the hero could be Yisun Shin. I don't know who that is, but I'll take your word for it. Do you want to tell us who that hero is? Or that person is? I summoned Mr. Beast. I hope not. Oh my gosh, if he was accepted to if he was accepted to the Throne of Heroes, there'd be some, I think there'd be words to be had with people out there. I'm trying to think who else was actually part of my list too. Who was there? I know Urashima Taro was one of them, but I think I made him an Avenger. Because from what I understand, Avengers are people who want to take revenge, right? Or like had a life where that led them to wanting to take revenge. And in the traditional story of Urashima Taro, if you don't know, he's the dude that followed the turtle into the sea and like partied with them for a bit, and then eventually he went back to the surface to find out that everyone else is old already. Then he opened the box, and then he became old himself. So that would be, to me, that sounds like a Avenger kind of origin story, right? It'd be interesting to see what kind of powers he had too, but this is during the time Korea didn't know how to fight. Oh, I see. Yishin was basically a Korean Navy admiral that defended Korea from Japan. Oh, gotcha. Cool. Interesting. Who knows? Oh, we're Dia'd. We can't rest. So Dia has the effect of take some damage, like how we cast Dia on things. And since we're taking damage from that, and we can't take it off at the moment, we can't rest. So we might as well just fight whatever's out there still, while we're waiting for that to recover. I think as a caster, when I first made that list, I wrote Tamamo no Mae. No Mae is like the fox figure from Japan, and she eventually became a really big character, and she's really cute too. So you know what, I'm happy with that. I summoned Eiichiro Oda, the writer of One Piece. I mean, dude's legendary already. I would not be surprised if he popped up as some sort of writer. Because actually, now that I think about it, there are casters. One of the classes is called the caster. There are casters that are famous writers. Like there's Shakespeare, there's Hans Andersen. There's a lot. I feel like we need to be a thief. They're not dropping their onions as much as I would like. How many do we have? Can't see because the buff is protecting it. It's not enough. We need more onions. Gonna fight me? Fight you? Oh, it's too weak to be worthwhile, so it's not aggroing me anymore. Okay, forgot about that. So once an enemy becomes too weak to be worthwhile, they don't give you any more EXP, and they still drop things occasionally, but they won't aggro you anymore unless you're resting next to them. How does Shakespeare help his master in the Holy Grail War? Well, see, I think actually one of the subplots, like in Fate Grand Order, there's a bunch of subplots that you can do. Like it's that you can like run through, and there's I think there's a section that involves Shakespeare, and I think he used some of his like writing as magecraft to help the main character out. I remember correctly. Good times. Oh wait, no, we're not done recovering MP yet. Okay, I think we just have to drop the onions because we've only gotten 3 over the last like 30-40 minutes. Oh, you know what? Here, how about this? We can finish the stack of fire crystals, because that's good money too. We'll finish that, and then we'll go back to town. And I guess we'll just save the onions for cooking, or like, next time we try to get more stacks of onions, I suppose. Shakespeare versus Jack the Ripper. Who's winning? Ah, now you're getting into something more complicated. Well, okay. So there's another class called assassins. According to the game advantage like gameplay, casters actually have an advantage over assassins, and Shakespeare is a caster, Jack the Ripper is an assassin. So theoretically, Shakespeare should win against Jack the Ripper, but Jack the Ripper is also a very famous character though, and they're definitely more offensive oriented, right? So unless Shakespeare throws so much magecraft at Jack the Ripper to avoid them from killing him, it's probably very likely Jack the Ripper would still win, but... Oh, I missed! That's rude. Okay, we still bonked them. But yeah, that's kind of the fun of the Fate series though. Especially with Grand Order, because they consistently keep releasing new heroes and like their takes on them. It's that's what kind of makes it fun. You never know, really. Oh look, the fire crystals. You need those. What? Yeah, I mean, well, that's the Fate. The fun thing about Fate too, right? Because some people you wouldn't expect to have like a repertoire of skills might, and if you underestimate them, they might get the better of you. Goblin thug. Now that I think about it, I think the weavers are dropping more gear versus onions, and the thugs are the ones that are really dropping the onions. So maybe we should kind of focus more on the thugs next time, or at least this is a note for myself for next time. Ah, so many classics. This game actually does have a pretty awesome soundtrack too. Still very ingrained in my brain. I used to have it's kind of rare to find nowadays, I think, but I have the Square Enix clock, the Final Fantasy 11 clock. It's still actually right. It's right over there. I still have it. It plays the original music of the main cities, so it gets set 4 alarms. While the server still had like a unified server time, it could actually keep track of what time and what like elemental day it is in the actual server, which was really cool. Now it's definitely unsynced, but it's still fun. Let's see, is Adam the first human hero? You know, I don't think they ever added Adam in the game yet. Or either that or I'm not that far in the plot that I would know. Because I'm actually not caught up in Fate Grand Order at the moment. There's like a few chapters that I still have to do, and they're all pretty long. It's very possible Adam is part of the game too. I just don't know it yet. So, onion. Okay. How many onions do we have? We have 4. We still need 8. It's gonna take forever. We're just gonna keep killing the goblins for the last 2 fire crystals, then we'll go to the dunes, I think. Luckily, no one's here too. It's kind of nice. We can farm these and actually get some EXP while we're at it too. Normally, for like black mages, they usually just grab 1. I think I don't know how they do it. They like might poison it or something, and then they run around the entire map or the first floor. So they link aggro everything. Then they cast 1 big Firaga spell or something, and then they all get destroyed at the same time and drop really quickly. But see, that would mean we wouldn't be able to farm or level up for that matter. So you know what? I'm thankful it's not the case today. Onion. We only had 4, but you know, it's fine. We'll eventually make more. The onion stacks, hopefully, the thing is, I don't know nowadays if people still need onions for culinarian. It used to be a really good moneymaker, but everyone might have their culinarians leveled already, so it might not be as gil efficient as it was before. Praise the onion gods! Praise the onion gods! That should be an emote too. We could like raise. We could raise a onion as if it was like Simba from the Lion King. People, write this down. We're gonna when the day comes, we're gonna figure out all these emotes that we need to make for the channel. And that's gonna be one of them, I guess. The Peter Griffin death fall and and the onion praising. Heya Quokkalings. Oh, there's 2 thugs. That's good. More onions for us, potentially. Let's see. We need 1 more fire crystal. So, once we get that fire crystal, we can actually make our run to Selbina. I don't think we'll have time to party today because the we still have to wait for a party to take us in, and then that would being part of the party. At least we should probably play for an hour at least. So, if anything, the traveling portion to Valkrum Dunes will still be pretty nice. We have to get there, but it's a journey in itself, and it's quite fun. I can show you guys around the surrounding areas too. There we go. That's all the crystals we need. We'll just beat up this one for an onion on the way out, I guess. Okay, where's the exit? Oh, good. Perfect. It's the next door, so... the Weaver, they dropped the circlet earlier, so maybe we'll just beat up this one too while we're at it. Hey you, come here. Got a wand. Can we learn anything? I don't think I got any other extra scrolls while I was at it. So I don't think we have any other spells we need to learn at the moment. Oh, and learn in nose poison. Oh, that's not good. We don't have MP for poison. Okay, well shoot. Loki, we might have to use our 2-hour skill here. Or actually, you know what? Maybe this is good. Maybe this is good because we could death warp back to town and we don't have to walk all the way. Ooh, those poison ticks are really hurting. Okay, you know what? That's fine. If it decides to beat us, that's okay because we'll get back to town faster. We'll lose some EXP, but at the very least, it'll get us back to town. Yeah, that sounds good. Oh no, Goblin! Oh, that didn't do as much as I thought it would do. We're gonna get shanked. We're probably gonna get shanked. Unless we get really lucky these next few hits. Yep. Okay, we got shanked. That's a tough Weaver. Okay, that's fine though. Back to town. Good old death warping. The walk would have been pretty long going back. Actually, look, we didn't actually lose that much EXP. We're only 500 from 11. That's not bad. Dead, D-E-D. Dead, indeed, unfortunately. But you know what? It was death with purpose. We needed to go back to town quickly. Normally we'd do that with a warp scroll, but we don't. Right now we're saving for an EXP ring, so that will help us level up a lot faster. And yeah, you know what? Honestly, it was worth it. It doesn't look like we lost that much as far as EXP goes. Okay, so let's sell these crystals. Hopefully they're worth a good chunk still. 1K for... Not bad. Okay, yeah, we'll take that. Okay, so that should be selling. The onions, 700 each? Okay. Never mind, these still are good. We're selling these. That's so much for an onion. But sometimes I get it. Crafters, if they don't have the right amount of items in their craft, like... Wait, hold on. Did I read this wrong? No, they're still going for 700. We'll sell them at 700 for now. Crafters sometimes run out of ingredients before the end of their crafting. And they just need one more to finish it, so sometimes they just buy the one and they're good to go. So, we're gonna sell these to hopefully get a bit more there. The grass thread. Oh, these go for 200. Okay, that's fine. We can sell that too. I don't need to pass this over to my other character. 400 for this too? Oh my gosh, look at that. We're getting some gil. Yagudo feathers, probably not worth it. Bat wings, that's some gil. Why not? I know the bat wings are used for alchemy at least, so. Bar of sleep and sneak. Oh, sneak was only 500 gil? Oh, that's not bad. Let's see if we can bid on anything actually. I can't imagine us being able to afford Cure 2 right now. 1,200. Yeah, it's still kind of expensive. Oh, we could get Paralina though. It removes Paralyze, which is actually pretty nice. Oh, Aqua Veil too. Aqua Veil is pretty good because it helps you prevent you from getting interrupted when you're casting your spell. So there's actually a few spells here that we kind of want to buy. Okay, so I guess we can't. We don't have the gil yet for it, clearly. So okay, everything's still on sale, so we still have to wait for that to sell maybe overnight. Okay, that is fine. Besides, our goal right now is to make it over to. Oh, actually, wait, hold up. It would be smarter for me to get Cure 2 actually. Let me go get that real quick. If it's possible. We're gonna check the scroll store before we go and make our way to the Valkrum Dunes. I think that's the best way we could go about it, because that way we'll have the scroll when we're ready to party over there, and then let's see, can we do a supply run? Okay, we're gonna try something a bit cheeky here. We're gonna do two things before we finish up stream today. We're gonna try to deliver some supplies to the outpost in the Meritipid Mountains. Yeah, and then from there, so we'll have the outpost for outpost warping at some point, and then from there, we'll go to the dunes, and then to do that, we're gonna need to ride a ship. And we should have enough gil to make the trip on the ship. I think. Probably. Worst case, maybe we'll just ask someone out there if they're willing to spot us like 100 gil. Which would be really sad, but if it has to happen, it has to happen, I suppose. Okay, Moogle friend. Do you have anything for me? You have nothing for me. That's fine. I mean, honestly, we just put the things on the market board, so it's probably nothing there. So we don't need this. We can leave some of these things here in the house for now. That's important for later. These are really important. That's just an item I kind of like keeping. Oh, we could use that for crafting maybe. We don't have that much space in our safe. It's 50 slots, but it's still something, you know. And we don't need to use that until we're level 20. So okay. Okay, Quokkalings, we're gonna make the trip. It's gonna be a pretty decent walk, but I think it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be great. We're gonna try not to get aggroed on the way over. What time is it? It's 4:30 in the morning. So by the time we get over there, the night creepy crawlies should not be around to aggro us, ideally. Get our cardio in. Oh yeah, we're getting a lot of cardio in today. We're gonna practically walk halfway across the continent. We can't get our Chocobo license until we're 18 and we're in Juneau, which is the first like main hub of the game, and that's where we start leveling at around level 20. So all right. Kind of want to make a link shell. For those who don't know, a link shell in this game is like a like a friend chat, I guess. It's a friend chat and thing, like place where you can, like plan bigger events or bigger fights with your friends and teammates. For example, you, the Quokkalings. I think the link shell itself though costs 10k. So eventually when I make enough gil, maybe I can make a link shell for us and name it the Quokkalings. Oh, did we have enough to make to get a ring though? Please spend my conquest points. No, we're still under. We need 400 for the Emperor band. Do I just wait? Five charges, maximum 2250. Ten charges. Wait, I need to do some math here. 10k, yeah, it's a lot of gil. See, to start a community in this game, you do need a decent amount of gil, unfortunately. Let's see. Alright, I gotta go, Nanashi. I have to grab breakfast. So thank you for hanging out with me, Demidog. It's been a pleasure. Again, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the night, and enjoy your weekend. Eat some good food, and I'll talk to you sometime soon. Thanks again, as always. Let's see. So let's do some math here. We get 1,000 bonus with 10 charges. So that comes out to 10,000 EXP bonus. This one is slightly higher. And you get 5 charges. You know what? We might as well just save for the Emperor band. It's fine. We'll hold on right now. Oh, you know what? Let's get the supplies though. As I always say, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It is a good meal of the day. Funny enough, actually, I don't usually eat it, but I definitely cannot fault you for that. Having food in the morning is very nice, so enjoy your food in the morning. See you later, Demidog. Oh, Tsukira-san, konnichiwa. O genki desu ka? Yo, FF11. Yarimasu yo. Wait, hold on. Where's the... We're gonna do a supply run to Argonau. Okay. Genki da yo, yatta. Yokatta desu. Argonau, okay. Now we just have to make it there, and hopefully everything's fine. Nanashi, eat your breakfast. I'm not gonna eat my breakfast. Leave me alone. For me, I usually actually do like a brunch kind of thing. Then usually the brunch kind of keeps me over the whole day until dinner. So let's see. Well, let's say Tsukira-san, 最近日本はちょっと待って。最近日本の天気はどうですか？まだ寒い？今ここはまあ寒い。冬だから寒いけど。でも私が寒いが好き。まあまあ寒いと暑いのいややっぱり寒いの方が好き。だってそろそろ雪が降ってきた。本当？いいなぁ。みたいな。私、実はこのエリアはやっぱり雪がありませんけど、まあまあ、いろいろの場所あるけど、まあ、私の場所はいないね。だから、もし、例えば、日本に来たの時、仙台と、まあ東京も雪があるね。でもそう、雪が見てほしい。See. Hold on. This real quick. Bonk! 私は夏が好き。花火見れるイベントも多い。そうですね。そうですね。あれも見てほしい。実はね、昔の時、仙台のインターンやりました。IT のもの。その時は、夏と、ホームステイやりました。そのホームステイの中に、夏だから、祭りを見たんと、スイカを食べたんと、あれはすごく良かったとの思い。もう一度やりたいな。花火も見えます。できれば、もう一度日本の夏を見たいな。お金と時間があれば。そうですね、春、私どっちの好きかな。冬じゃなく、寒いの天気が好き。私が好き。服は脱げは、違う。服を、あれ ?How do you say wear clothes? ちょっと待って。How do I say that? そうですね、私の体は、地位はちょっと暑い違いますね。暖かいから、私の体は、寒いの天気が好き。その理由は。暑いプラス暑いはちょっと難しい。それと、もし、例えば、暑いの日は、涼しいの感じが欲しいね。でも、なんだろう。How do you say that? I want to say 仕方ないだけど選択は違う。ちょっとこれ難しい。I want to say I want to take off. It's easier to put on clothing, right, than to take it off. Because once you take off all your clothing, you don't have enough. You can't get cooler any further than that. But at least for cool, you can just bundle up and it's nice, you know? Ron Ramirez, welcome to the stream. When did you learn Japanese? It's been a bit. I learned it during high school and college. I minored in it, in fact, but unfortunately, I haven't been able to practice it very often outside of school, so it's been a bit. Do you know any Japanese, Ron? Also, welcome to the stream. I don't know if I've seen you around before, but if not, welcome, and I hope you're enjoying the stream so far. We play Final Fantasy XI here, League of Legends 2, a bunch of other games. Let's see, how do I say that actually? If the clothes... ちょっと待ってよ、月浦さん。ちょっと Google しましょう。Let's see, your only option is to take off clothes. So, 夏の... Okay, well, I can say that one. 夏の時ね。唯一、okay, now I can say it. 唯一の選択肢は服を脱ぐことです。その世界? Is that right? That sounds kind of a bit off, but... Ron says, I'm new, thanks. Well, welcome to the Quokkalings squad. We're chill. We're a chill bunch here, so I hope you enjoy your stay. We talk about food, we play games, and if both of those are your things, then you're in the right place. No, I don't know Japanese. I want to learn. Oh, for sure. Yeah, you should definitely pick it up. It's a fun language to learn. I might be biased because I started with Spanish actually in my school, and I had some difficulty with it. And when I picked up Japanese, it actually was a lot easier for me. And you know, the bias comes from perhaps maybe that I liked anime and that kind of thing, and so it became easier to learn. But I don't know if that's entirely true, because now that I think about it, I feel like Japanese isn't actually the hardest language to learn. There is conjugations at times, but a lot of it actually usually falls under the same grammar structure. As long as you know which grammar particle you're using and your vocabulary, you're actually usually pretty well off and learning. As far as learning Japanese goes, in my opinion. So if you do want to learn it, absolutely give it a try. No harm. No harm trying. And so as far as I know, because this is a popular thing with a lot of people these days, like trying to use Duolingo. In my opinion, Duolingo is actually pretty decent when starting it out, but Duolingo also does have a more focus, again, in my opinion, with vocabulary and not so much the grammar structure. So if I were you, if I may make a suggestion, I would give a try finding a class maybe on Udemy or something online where it does teach you the grammar structures at first, and then maybe use perhaps something like Duolingo to increase your vocabulary. Ron says, I feel like I need a classroom setting because if not, I won't make the time to learn it again. I won't make time to learn it till I'll get lazy, lol. That's fair. Actually, honestly, I'm kind of the same myself. I want a lot. There's things I do want to learn. For example, actually, I'm trying to learn the saxophone right now. And to do that, I have to take time to sit down and like learn it every so often, right? And I get it. Like, I also feel lazy. I'm like, you know what? I could take a break today. In a classroom setting, you have homework. There's people like making sure you do your homework. And honestly, in a classroom setting too, you have people to interact with, which is really good. Like, practicing directly with a person I found has been really helpful, and especially when learning a language. Excuse me. I can use a recent example. So recently I did I had a job at a sushi restaurant, and to the kitchen staff there, the chefs and everything, they spoke Spanish and Japanese. So you're welcome. So they spoke Japanese and Spanish, and because of that, I was actually able to pick up both really quickly when they started conversing with them, with the limited knowledge I had for both languages. And it's incredibly helpful to talk with people, as far as when learning a language goes, in my opinion. そういえば、今年は日本行くの行きたいな。So Takeda-san asked, by the way, this year do you have plans to visit Japan? And I would love to. Here, let me answer in Japanese first. So, 行きたいけど、実はね、まだ時間とお金がありません。本当にやりたいけど、しょうがない。やっぱりもっとお金と、まあ時間も今いません。アメリカにベーケーションデーがあります。あれね、今新しいの仕事あるならそのベーケーションデーがありません。今。So I need a bit more time to save it. So what I said there was, I would very much like to visit Japan again. It's definitely one of my favorite places to go to. Ron, have you been to Japan before? Actually, now that I think about it. I want to go, but unfortunately right now I did just change positions from that cooking position that I had to a back into IT, and since I did do that, I don't have exactly the vacation days or time or money to go ahead and do it yet. So if I can, absolutely I would love to go back to Japan. So hopefully. なるほど、なるほどね。しょうがないけど、本当に行きたい。So it's like it's just a matter of time. I just have to get more time in, save up some more holidays, and then perhaps perhaps go again at some point. Is that guy getting chased? Uh-oh. You got aggroed, I think. No, but that is one of the main reasons why I would like to. I'm learning to learn. I'm planning to go once my daughter is a bit older. Let's go. That's awesome. That's a great goal. How old is your daughter at the moment? And how long were you planning before I guess she's old enough to go? Because I think you could honestly start learning the basic vocab pretty quickly. And then eventually they'd have to just teach you the grammar form and then for basic things. And then that's pretty much it. You can get a pretty strong grasp of the language pretty quickly, in my opinion. I've been saying that a lot, I'm sorry. Japan is an awesome place too, though. Provided you're not like one of those like, oh, here comes a foreigner who's making noise and like causing trouble for everyone, like those TikTokers recently. I don't know if you've seen any of those clips on... Oh, we leveled! Oh, what the heck? We leveled! Okay, well, shoot. Wasn't expecting that anytime soon. But yeah, I mean, depending on how much time we have, I honestly think you can probably have a pretty good grasp of Japanese before even going. Luckily, if you're depending on where you're going to, it does kind of make things a little easier. For example, Tokyo, the major cities, Tokyo, Osaka, more recently actually, in fact, they've had a pretty good grasp on translating things into English for English travelers. And as long as you're polite to ask directions or like, you know, just the general things, pretty easy to get around. Let's see, she's 8, but it's very hard to travel even on a 3-hour flight. She gets bored. That's fair. That is kind of the hardest thing for it, for sure. Personally, myself, that flight, I've gotten better at it, I'd say. Over time, I figured out ways to kind of cheat the hours by like, I don't know, staying up the whole day overnight and then just knocking out on the plane. So when I wake up, I'm good to go. Or like, what else do I do? Luckily, a lot of the times, the airlines that I do fly, they do have movies, egas, and that's helpful. I could catch up a bunch of movies I haven't watched recently, and then also just enjoy the flight. Not bad. Inori, welcome to the stream. After watching... There's a bunch of users there. Well, that's awesome. YouTube's recommended me your streams. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad you're here. Welcome to the Quokkalings squad. We're chilling. We're trying to make our way to the Valkrum Dunes, which is the next place we want to level. It's pretty far. We might run into pirates if we're unlucky, but hopefully we get there. Slowly but surely making it over at the moment. How's your day going, though? Hope everything's going well. So I guess I'm assuming you'd probably want her to be like 10? 10-ish to be able to travel? I don't remember when I first traveled, actually. I imagine I was pretty young. But since I was so young, I don't remember how I handled the flights. I think I just... Oh, you know what? That was the time where Game Boys and everything were a thing. Those were a real, like, lifesaver. I remember now. I was playing like Fire Emblem and like Advance Wars on the plane, and it kept me busy for so long, thankfully. didn't think at that time. Time kind of passed by a lot faster because of such things. Nowadays, when I travel, I kind of get antsy. I guess I get antsy waiting to get to the destination. I'm like, are we there yet? I wanna enjoy my trip, please. But yeah, for real though, Ron, if you're interested in starting Japanese, definitely start. Just start with the numbers, just basic things. If you like anime and video games or like Japanese culture, watch some videos with some subtitles on it. That's also pretty. That actually gave me a pretty good jump start on how to like listen for a certain vocab. Ron says, yeah, at least we do travel a bit now, but not more than a 5-hour flight. I also want to save a bit because I definitely want to buy a ton of things. That is completely understandable. Japan, my last trip, I tried this. I saved as much as I could, like over a pretty broad period of time. And thankfully at that time, since I did do that, I had enough to buy like everything I wanted, including like a chef knife, because those knives be good over there. They're really nice. There's some whetstones too now that I think about it. It's really nice. But in any case, start saving now for sure. If you have extra funding actually right now in particular, now that I think about it, it is not a bad time to exchange your well, I'm assuming your US dollars, if not some equivalent, but thinking about it, at least for the States where I'm from, the US dollar is pretty strong right now compared to the yen. So that's actually what I did now that I think about it. A year back, before I went on the trip last year, the yen hit a pretty high, a pretty like low, I guess is the best way to put it. They hit a low, and then I was like, okay, this is it. This is where I can get the most bang for my buck by exchanging some savings I have. So I exchanged a decent amount of my savings just for the trip, like for way further down the line, and it was definitely worth it. Like nowadays, I think it actually still might be even weaker, but in any case, try to saving and maybe in fact exchanging pretty soon, because I think travel in Japan has gone a lot more frequent. Not frequent. There's a lot more people traveling to Japan again nowadays because I think it's opening up more and more again. So I think the economy, if anything, will go back to normal for the yen, back to like 100 to 1. So if possible, now would be a pretty decent time to, you know, put some money on the side for that trip eventually. That's what I think, at least. Yes, USD, I did hear it's a good time to exchange right now. Yeah, so I think it was actually, when I think about it now, I think it was a bit stronger than what it was when I exchanged for it. So if you have the extra savings, absolutely go for it. And not everyone does, you know, so if you do, go for it, in my opinion. If you don't, you know, it's never a bad time to start saving so you can exchange it at some point. Is there anywhere in particular, Ron, that you would like to go in Japan? And actually, I guess I should probably ask, do you like anime and games and that kind of thing? I would have to assume so because you popped by here. How about the rest of you, Quokkalings? Actually, let me ask first in English. So, Quokkalings, if you had the chance... Oh, we got a fishing rod. Nice. If you had the chance to go anywhere in the world, where would you go and why? Where would your destination be at the moment? Please don't link. Okay, the Weaver didn't link. Did the Weaver link? It looked like it linked. Oh, it didn't. Okay, thank goodness. Okay. Otsukira-san, できれば let me see. How do I say that? Okay, hold on. Let me think. If you could choose where in the world you could visit. So, in Japanese, I think Okay, how about this? おときらさん、もし選ぶとしたら、世界中のどこを訪れたいですか? Like, where would you like to go if you had the chance to? Anywhere in the world. Ron says Tokyo mainly. Yes, definitely in the games, anime, etc. Yes, you're definitely in the right place then. So, that just aggro? I thought I heard aggro. Nani? おときらさん、できれば、世界の中に一番の選んだのところ、行きたいのところはどこ? Where would you like to go if you got to go anywhere in the world? 例えば私は、まあ、絶対東京が好きから、まあ東京もう一度行きたい。行きます。Yeah, so no, you're definitely looking the right place, Ron. Tokyo, if this is your first time going to Japan, I would absolutely go for Tokyo first because that's a pretty central and good place to start. I will say it's a lot more urban. If you're looking for more rural / countryside or maybe a bit of both, my personal favorite for something like that would be actually Sendai. Sendai is a nice combination of the two. They have awesome food. That one, I would say you probably do want to have a better understanding of Japanese. But if you're nearby the main stations and the main sites, it's not so bad as far as traveling goes. Tokyo definitely is a lot better because, you know, they're used to having more foreigners visiting them all the time. But Tokyo is not a bad place to start for the get-go, especially because I believe if they're still doing it, they have the JR pass, if I recall. And so, for those who don't know, in Japan, Japan has an awesome train system, really well run and always practically on time. They also have a bullet train system, and it's a pretty quick trip to get to almost any part of Japan through said bullet train system. So, especially if you're starting from Tokyo, which is like dead center, practically in the middle. And if you get a JR pass, some of those passes let you like take a stamp for the day. If you're just making a day trip, you can actually go all the way to where you want to go, spend the day there, and go all the way back for that one stamp, which is pretty awesome. There's a lot of things you could do. In Tokyo, for the anime and games fans, I mean, yeah, Tokyo, there's going to be a lot of things you can do. You can go to conventions, video game conventions. You can go to anime conventions. You can visit Akihabara, which is like one of the places to find games, old card stores, and that kind of thing. One of my favorite places to go for sure while I'm visiting Tokyo. Though, actually, that might have changed recently. As it turns out, Kappabashi in Tokyo is one of my favorite places now, too, because as a cook, that town is specifically known, or that district is specifically known for being a culinary district. So you can get, like, food sample, like, you know, those plastic food samples for your dishes. There, you can also get, like, any cutlery that you might need, or knives. You can get your knives sharpened there. So useful, so awesome. And like all the cool knickknacks and gadgets you can use in the kitchen too. So cool. Let's see. Otokira-san says, let's see. エジプトのピラミッドとか。エジプトかな。あれすごいな。そうですね。実は私も行きたい。あれ。やっぱり、エジプトのピラミッド見てほしいね。景色が綺麗な場所。A place with a beautiful view. そうですね。いい答え。いい答えですね。Ron, I see your comment. Let me finish up with Otsukira-san here. So, 実は、美しいの場所ね。 実は私ももう一度場所が行きたいけど、その美しいのビューは、どこかな、サラーデウユニ。それはちょっと難しい。I'll type it down. I think it's in Bolivia, Salar de Uyuni. It's a salt bed and you can take really pretty pictures. そうですね。お月さん、あれを見て、サラデウユニはもう美しいの場所。あれは酢の、砂糖の、砂糖は sugar？ 酢。忘れました。sugar is, salt is 塩のレイクだけど、もし雨があれば、すごく美しいね。綺麗と。I was just saying that there's a place called Salar de Uyuni. That's a really beautiful place that I would like to go to one day. Tsukira-san was saying that they would like to visit Egypt and the pyramids because it's a really pretty place as well. So I was saying I would also like to go to a pretty place called Salar de Uyuni, which is a salt bed. When it rains, it has like it gives us a reflective kind of look to the ground, and it's a really pretty place to take pictures. Kingdom Hearts pictures in particular, which I would like to do. Let's see. How often do you go to Japan? Ron asks. So I've had the privilege of being able to go perhaps 5 times in my life, and I'm really thankful that I have, because it's always such a pleasure to go to. The first few times were for school trips, not in the sense that the class was going, but in the sense that I was doing a project for Japan as a country. And to make a report on what I wanted to, I would have to visit the country, which, again, not most people get the ability to do, so it was really fun. Luckily, my parents were able to help me take that trip, and there I am. I was able to take the trip. I learned about their culture, fell in love with more of their culture, and then here I am now. 5 trips later. It's not a trip that I take often. I would, that being said, I would love to take more trips there if I had the chance. It's just a matter of, you know, being able to accumulate that much savings to be able to take another trip. Actually, my ideal would be joining a big VTuber company and then being part of their English JP division, so I can kind of visit both, right? Well, be part of their English division and visit JP every so while. That'd be the ideal, but you know, I'm still growing as a channel. We're getting there. 500 subscribers and a lot of watch hours still to go, but hopefully we'll get there soon. But yes, in any case, to answer your question, it's been like maybe 5 times, and each time has been pretty awesome and magical. There's even some hiccups in some of those trips. Oh, sorry, hold on. I saw Otsukira-san posted something here too. Otsukira-san says, それとミステリーが大好き。ミステリーかな。ミステリー。じゃあ、アメリカのセーラム行きたい？あれはなんか、魔法 Witch の町 I guess is the best way to put it. Like a witch town, or is famous for their witches. So I guess maybe not in the sense that you might think. They did get kind of their history is not so good there, I guess. アメリカのどこ？セーラム。ミステリーはあれは有名だけど、多分maybe あれはアメリカの悪いの歴史かも。この場所、Salem. They're famous for the Salem witch trials. where I guess people got persecuted as being called for witches. I guess it isn't exactly the best part of American history, but it is I guess a mystery of sorts. But yeah, so yeah, Ron, as a person that's gone many times over, one time so I went to start for school, and then eventually I decided, you know what, it'd be interesting to do like an internship there. So I did an IT internship through the help of one of my friends and a tutor of mine, thankfully. And I was able to do an internship there. Awesome time. We got to stay there for about a month and a half. And just the daily life there was pretty interesting as well, learning like how the usual work day goes, their culture for work, that kind of thing, you know? So after that, the other 2 times that I went was mostly just for pleasure and just, you know, enjoying myself in a foreign country, and it still hasn't disappointed me. The hiccups I mentioned, some funny stories. One time, ooh, bones. Actually, those are good. We could get some bone chips. So there are some times where remember the aforementioned ticket I mentioned, the one that you get a stamp for a day. So there was one point where I might have misjudged the time where the trains would finish ending up for the day. So I spent the whole day at a convention. Actually, I think that was One Fest. It was like a figure festival for Japan. But I was working in Sendai at the time, so I would have to take the Shinkansen over to Tokyo for the day, hang out at the event, and go back. But as it turns out, I might have misjudged when the last train was, and I got stranded like halfway back to my place in Sendai. So that was an adventure in itself, though. I had to figure out how to navigate to a capsule hotel. That was the one time I stayed at a capsule hotel, and that was still pretty comfortable, minus the drunk businessmen that were there. Let's see. Urban myths. No. Get it? Got it? How do you say that? Let me see. 都市伝説の方はがわかる？そうですね。都市伝説ね。urban myths, urban legends。そのミステリーでしょうね。もしあれば、セイロンはいい場所ね。あれはアメリカの魔法の機械の人がいる。でも、その魔術は、アメリカの歴史はね、あれは、ちょっとダメと思った。そうですね。まあ、let me see if I can find it in Japanese. Let's see. これかな。日本語どこ？日本語。これ。これ。おつきださん。それのミステリーかな。Ron says, oh wow, is it not easy to get back on taxi? It is possible. I'm sure there was ways to go back by taxi too. But the place that I got dropped off of was quite literally smack dab in the middle between Tokyo and Sendai, and that's a pretty long distance. So if I did take the taxi, it'd undoubtedly be pretty expensive. Whereas I could just... it was kind of a bummer that I had to do it, but I did have one more extra sticker in my pass that I could use to spend another quote-unquote day of traveling. So I used that the next day after I stayed at the hotel, so because I already bought the pass, right? So it was free once I used that pass again, just at the expense of one free travel day. It is what it is, but it worked out in the end. I luckily did have an extra one to take, and if I did take the taxiway, it would take a long time to get back. Speaking of, Ron, if you're going to Tokyo or Japan in general, definitely be ready to use the trains, because while taxis exist, it's a lot easier to walk and take trains to everything. It's again, it is possible to use taxis, but it's usually far cheaper to just use the train system, and it's really efficient and fast too. So just make sure you also go during times where it's like maybe perhaps maybe a little bit where it's not rush hour, I guess. When you go during rush hour, it's pretty rough. It gets pretty crowded. It's not the most comfortable thing. I mean, I'm okay with it. I'm just a dude. I just kind of stand in the corner and just listen to music while I wait. But if you're going with a family, I can imagine that being a little bit harder to travel during, you know, rush hours. Otakura-san says, 日本だと高野山とか京都とか、そうかな。私まだ京都行きません。think。いや違う。京都も行きました。大阪まだ行きません。それとも奈良も行きたい。高野山かな。高野山は初めて来たんだけど、あれ、面白いの場所Otakura-san said in Japan there's also places like Mount Koya and Kyoto that are awesome places. I was thinking to myself, wait, have I ever gone to Kyoto? And I mistaken it. I think I have gone to Kyoto, but I haven't gone to Osaka yet, which I would like to do. Oh, these are actually pretty challenging. This wouldn't be a bad place to solo level 2, but we're here to party, so we're gonna have to do two things here. So we're gonna do two trips. We're gonna go all the way across, get a crystal from that castle over there that will help us with teleporting later, and then go up to the mountains. And ideally, at the start of that area, there's a sentryman, and we can trade our supplies there, and that way you could teleport to there later. I actually don't remember what the server reset day is, but for every week the server resets, and these regions that are taken over by the cities of the world, whoever had the most influence in that area at the time will get control of that area. So at the moment, we actually do have pretty good areas for our country, but I unfortunately can't take that whole trip to the other side of the world at the moment to unlock that teleport. It would be very useful, but we don't have that kind of time tonight, so we'll do our best with what we can, which means going to the mountains to hopefully drop off the supplies, and then to the right there to Bubu-Rimu Peninsula, so we can take the ship over to Selbina and Mohara. Well, I think here is Mohara, but we go to the next port town, and from there I think that's where we'll finish, because that's where we'll need to party next. We definitely do not have time to... I kind of misjudged the time. I thought we would have enough time to maybe start partying and joining parties, but we do not have... Ooh, speaking of, actually I don't have Cure 2. I might have to make this walk again on my free time so that we do have Cure 2. Because if we're partying, if we're going to be doing a good chunk of healing, Cure is good and all, but Cure 2 in drastic, I guess, emergency cases is very good to have. Okay, so here's the plan, y'all. Quokkalings, we're going to have to make it all the way across this map, and ideally not get ganked in the middle of doing that. There's a lot of things that could aggro. Let's list them out while we walk, I guess. So the Yagudo are still around, higher level Yagudo too, because they're in this is a slightly more dangerous area. There's crawlers, the caterpillar looking enemies, and the crawlers I think in this area do aggro you by not by smell, by hearing. So we want to be careful, stay far and wide from them. Oh, look, there's a person just standing here. They're probably high level, so they don't have to deal with the aggro. Oh yeah, that thing's gonna kill me if I accidentally run into it. So the cactus grubs we're gonna stay way away from. Otsukira-san says, ooh, that's a ippai na. Chotto matte. Be careful. Okay, there's a Yaguro there. Just an initiate, so we could take on that one, but anything higher, then we might be in trouble here. Let's see. 小屋さんはブリズムの町。あ、そうですか。面白い。精進料理。あ、ベジタリアンかな。精進料理が有名。Oh, it's famous for the. Oh my god, that spawn was not okay. I hope it didn't aggro me. Luckily, when things come in and spawn, they don't aggro you for the first few seconds. I think we just got lucky there. Cool. That was scary. Let's see. 有名なサムライの墓とかある。あ、そうですか。どっちの？あれ？小屋さん。あれ、有名場所かな? I think I've heard of Koyasan actually because of the Haka, the one that you mentioned, the famous graves. So apparently in Koyasan there's a bunch of famous samurai graves there too. 面白い。誰だけど、誰の? Which samurai? Ah, okay, here's the crystal. So we're gonna need these for later. So these crystals would be used as a teleport device when we have the right spell. Maybe it's not this one. We have to get the main one. Wait, is it this way? So yeah, Winchester Mystery House ととかも行きたい。The Winchester Mystery House, huh? So Otsukira-san here is also saying that they'd love to go to the Winchester Mystery House at some point. あれどこ Winchester Mystery House? あれ何初めて聞いたあの場所。Luckily, these killer bees don't seem keen on killing us, so I'm gonna grab this crystal here. Okay, yes. Okay, we have the Maya Gate crystal. So we're gonna need that eventually to teleport here, this exact location, when we have the spell to teleport. And other people can teleport us here as long as we have the crystal too, so. Ooh, okay, so that's a summoner Yaguro. That one's actually dangerous. I don't want to touch that, so we're gonna go way around that. Oh no, don't slip, don't slip. Go up. Okay. It's gone. It's fine. So far, so good. So, my hope is that at the end of this, or the start of this zone, there's an outpost, and that is where I can deliver supplies. That will give me conquest points, and that will also let me be able to teleport to that map eventually again through outpost warping. So here's hoping. Let's see, Otakira-san says, Koya-san wa Oda Nobunaga とか豊臣秀吉の墓がある。本当？あ、すごい。有名な あ、そういえば、実は、最近の仙台の、旅行は、どこ、場所の名前はちょっと忘れましたけど、政宗伊達の墓も見たんだけど、面白いの場所ね。信長と秀吉の墓をみたいな。面白い。小屋さんな。そういえば、小屋さんの墓、That looks tough. Go around it. 墓さんの、違う。小屋さんの墓は、あれそう、信長と秀吉さん、さんじゃなくの墓は、山にいる That's interesting. I didn't know that, if that's the case. So, the graves of Oda Nobunaga and Toyotomi Hideyoshi are located on Koyasan, which is a mountain, which I never knew. I thought they would be buried near, like some of the major cities or something in some sort of place. But I guess that would make sense too. Koyasan is like he said, is a very famous Buddhist mountain. So, I suppose there wouldn't be any reason why they wouldn't be buried there too. Interesting. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so I think this will do it. I think this will give us the outpost check clear. Yippee! Okay, that is really good news, because if this guy didn't accept the supplies, we'd have to take it to the actual outpost, which is way further up in this map. And that put us already closer to Juno. That'd be quite the journey to make for today. Okay, so back to our task in hand. We're gonna go. Final thing we're gonna do tonight is take the ship over to the Valkrum Dunes, and then that way, next time we stream, we can go ahead and try partying up with some people. I suspect we might have to do a weekend stream for that though, because most of the people on the server I think play mostly on the weekends or late night after work. So we'll see how that goes. Ron asks, do you stream every day? I would love to stream every day actually, but the thing is, I don't have as much time as I would like to at the moment too. Most weeks I try to do Friday one weekend day. And the weekend day either tends to be either a video game or a live cooking stream. And then one other day during the week, which I still have to finalize. One of my New Year's resolutions actually was to try to make a more dedicated schedule so it's a little easier for you guys to follow. From what I can tell right now though, Friday seems to be a pretty nice, reliable day. Saturday or Sunday is kind of a throw up just because, it depends on how life works, right? If I have something to do Saturday, I'll just move it to Sunday, etc. For the middle of the week, at the moment, I'm kind of aiming towards a Wednesday stream. Monday, everyone's just too tired and sad to go back to work, so I feel bad if I wanted to stream there, but unless you guys wanted it, so, we're gonna try that. I think that's Wednesday, Friday, and then Saturday or Sunday. But yes, that's currently my schedule, Ron. So hopefully, I would love to see you more during other streams as well. And if you like cooking, and if you like to learn how to cook, definitely pop into one of the cooking streams. If anything, all the cooking streams are currently archived on the, not archives, excuse me. They're on the channel as lives. So if you go to the live section, you can actually pop by and see some of our cooking videos at the moment, and maybe learn and pick up a skill or two. I look forward to the day, Ron, where your Japanese gets to the point where I can go Nihongo Jozu to you. I don't know if you've heard of that, but in the VTuber community at least, I guess there's a funny thing going around where it's like, if you're talking to a Japanese friend, say like Otsukira-san here, and you are very good at if you do very well in your Japanese speaking, you get, oh, Nihongo Jozu, like your Japanese is great. And then it's like the highest honor you can receive. I don't think I've ever been Nihongo Jozu before on stream. I hope that one day I will. By another VTuber friend, perhaps. I'm definitely kind of rusty in my Japanese, but I tend to try to practice more. In fact, if you want, Ron, feel free to come by. Otsukira-san is usually here too. We can all practice Japanese together, so feel free. I definitely enjoyed the stream. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'll check out your videos and maybe we'll party someday on Horizon 2. Yeah, yes, please. Absolutely. Are you... I was gonna say, actually, were you someone I passed by earlier and on Horizon? Because absolutely, I want to party with more people on here and like make a Quokkaling link shell so we could all like play together. So, unfortunately, the retail Final Fantasy 11's a bit too solo play to my liking. It's not as like the nostalgic feel that I want, so that's why I'm here. I would love to play it. In fact, yes. So if you would like to, let's definitely play on the Horizon sometime. I'm sure you're much more progressed than me. Oh, actually, we're probably at the same level if I had to guess, because I do have a main character. This one's the one we were using for the stream, though. Let's see. Let's see. I very much hope to pick up some Japanese this year. Yes, please do. Make it one of your I guess your Nanashi New Year resolutions. I'll be here. We could practice. It'll be great. And yeah, let's learn together. Otsukira says, 読んだ。この新しいのQuokkaling Ron Ramirez は日本語を勉強したい。その理由は私をこの3人で日本語を練習しましょうと言った。I told him he was like, did you call me? And I was like, it's because I was saying we should all practice Japanese together. It'd be nice so we can all get better at it. Actually, funny enough, I'm actually not too bad at speaking. I can speak casually. I can speak sentences when I want to. It's when I see kanji where it gets a little complicated. Kanji is probably the hardest part of Japanese, which is like the special characters to help kind of identify which thing you're saying. So sometimes some words in Japanese do have the same reading. Like, I don't know. I'm sure there's some other reading for umi, like ocean. And then some other translation of umi goes to something else. So that's why kanji is important. But again, I'm not the best at it, so it's hard for me to read sometimes. Hey, we made it to the peninsula. Okay, we need to make it to town now. That's the next hurdle. Ron says, yeah, I did see you run around. Ha, I'm low level actually. I mainly play solo. Oh, let's go. Well, that's fine. I'm here to party up with people too, so absolutely, let's party up when you get to a high level too. This is a completely fresh character, and I want to try to avoid using the resources on my main character unless it's absolutely necessary, because I want to kind of share that original experience of 11 to the new viewers that are here. Because I don't know if you play 14, Ron, but 14 had a recent update where you can raid. There's a Final Fantasy 11 raid in their game, and it's really fun. It's really cool. It has so many like memories for me, like of certain fights. I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't done it yet, but it's so good. And I figured it might be an interesting thing to have a playthrough of like the original Final Fantasy 11, where it's like very party oriented and show it off, you know. So anyways, I'm sorry, I'm rambling. Yeah, definitely feel free to pop in anytime during the streams, and we can see about partying too. If you hit 10 before, I don't know when I'm gonna stream 11 next. It's probably gonna be Wednesday. I don't know if I can do it this weekend, but if I'm on and we happen to be the same level, we're both in Selbina, we can make a party, so let me know. Solo's fine too, though. Honestly, I get it. Like, it's a nice adventure to have to yourself too. I like party play mostly because it does help with EXP flow a bit better, and I don't know, it's fun to meet new people. So, well, at least for me. I tried retail and it's definitely not the same, right? It's definitely different, right? I hope you're enjoying the... Oh, are you a new player to 11? Like, are you trying it for the first time in Horizon? Because yes, the retail is definitely way different than what you'd expect nowadays, I guess, for an old MMO like it was before. Okay, we haven't run into any big bads yet, but I remember some of these crevices have some like very sneakily hidden goblins that I hope we don't run into, because then we're gonna have to run to town with them chasing us. I did play some 14, but it's only up to Heaven's Ward. That 14, I'm glad you did. 14 is fun. I also really enjoy 14. That being said, there's something about 11 that's still super nostalgic and fun to me that I really miss. I always try to get my friends to play too, because I don't know, I kind of wanted to share the same experiences of this game to them, which I have a feeling they'd like to, but it's... I get it though. The hurdle of starting a new MMO is kind of high, and everyone doesn't quite have the same amount of time as they did before, so I get it. It is a little harder to do, but I guess now that I think about it, I did do like a lot of major fights with random people online, which is fine. That's totally fine. Like, I made friends online. It was cool. But I also, I guess, part of me wants to have my friends try this as well. Because I would like to do, maybe it's kind of a selfish reason, but I would like to do a lot of the harder content of this game with friends, you know? So, which could be you guys too. I think it would be fun if we had a bunch of people in the Horizon server and made a Quokkaling link shell. So if you don't have a link shell yet, try to keep a slot open. I'll see if I can make the link shell, though I know it's pretty costly. We'll have to see about getting the guild for that. No, I played it back in high school, he says, for about a year or so. That's pretty much what happened to me too. I actually, well, thankfully, I was able to play it for a bit longer than that, and that kind of helped me make more friends online, which is really fun. But that's a good chunk of time, though. I'm glad you got to play it. It's not something that's easy to jump into, and I hope it's pretty fun for you. Well, actually, I think you just posted about it here too. I never go past like level 45 in 11 back in the day. Actually, that funny thing, I opened up my original account like from ages ago. Oh no, the ship's here. Is it leaving? Oh gosh, I think it might be leaving. Okay, hold on. We gotta run, guys. If this is the ship for us, we need to haul butt. Don't leave us. 703. I think there's still... Oh no, someone's leaving. Okay, I think they just got here. Oh, I love this town. The music in this game is so good. It's so nostalgic to me. Hold on, Ron. Let me read your comment once we get on the ship, so we know we're actually on there. So in Mahara, in this game, this could be one of two ships. One that leads to Valkrum Dunes, which is where we want to go, and the other that leads to the expansion that isn't out yet. So I think this is the correct one, as long as we're on here. Okay. Oh, we almost missed the ship. That would have been a long 15-minute like wait. Let's give him a protect. Okay, sweet. Okay, so we made the ship, thank goodness. Now, it's the second hurdle. Hopefully we don't run into pirates. So there's a chance on this ship, a very small chance, that you could run into a pirate ship. And those pirates are actually pretty high level. And very hard to deal with as a weak level 10 unit. It was kind of like the first hurdles you kind of deal with as a new player. Like if you accidentally run into pirates as you're trying to transit over, you're just like, oh shoot. And then like the music goes all ominous. It's scary. Oh, actually, you know what? Hopefully we do get pirates today. I want to show you guys that experience. It's kind of, I know what to do now. I just hide in the staircase, but like, it's still freaking spooky once it happens. Anyways, let's see. Ron says, I'm weird. I like MMOs to be around people, but I like to go and take my time. That's understandable. I get that. I was like that too, so. My goal was always to be a badass Beastmaster and solo everything. Oh, you should, dude. Beastmaster is really strong on the server, I think, still. I never got to play Beastmaster in retail, or ever, actually, because I guess it never really interested me. Until, I guess, recently, because now it's available to me and I can do it. It's not like it's impossible. It seems like a fun class to learn, too. They seem very strong too. The jug pets are really interesting too. Woohoo! We're departing, y'all. Let's go on to Valkrum Dunes, and hopefully, actually the real first hurdle of the ship is when you go up to the deck to kind of look at everything. There's sometimes a kraken, a sea horror, or something sitting on the top waiting for you to get aggroed, which would be really tragic if we started off our trip like that. But we'll see. But yeah, no, Beastmaster is awesome. You should definitely level it up. In fact, I think you said you just started, right? So if you're up for it, we can work together to get our sub job items and everything too. So okay, do we risk going upstairs? I think we're gonna get ganked. Let's see. Oh, you know what? We can sell some things too while we're at it. Don't need those. Okay, that's fine. Okay. You got a surprise for me on the other side of this door. Oh, sea crab. Okay, sea crab won't aggro me less. Okay, we can enjoy the view then. Oh, look at that. So pretty. So usually the pirates pop up when it's like stormy. It's kind of random. Most of the time it's when it's stormy, but there's a chance of it still happening either way. So we'll keep an eye out for some pirates. But look at this. The view is amazing. Crossing the sea to get to our level zone. Such a beautiful game. Let's see. Ron says 11 was so amazing back in the day because unlike now, people weren't making content like now, and things were a secret. Mastery. It was awesome. Exactly. That's what I was saying to my quokkalings here too. It's you kind of had to learn everything yourself. Like you had to find out where things are. The internet did exist, and there were some guidebooks. Eventually, it got documented in the internet, like what those guidebooks had, like where to find quests and that kind of thing. I still have my original one. It's awesome. I love it. But okay, we're gonna keep an eye out, and also, sorry, I lost my train of thought just because if the music suddenly changes to silence and it's really ominous, then that's when the pirates are coming, and I want to be ready in case that does happen. Let's see. I have a white mage 20, a thief 15, and a black mage 20. Okay, let's go. Did you get your sub job items yet? If so, then that's good. I'm glad. I'm gonna have to do that eventually. I'm not sure how yet. I might have to ask some help for some. Oh well, actually no. You can get them from the dunes itself, right? So it's not terrible. Oh, there you go. That sea horror thing. That one aggroes by sound, if I remember correctly. So if you get too close and it hears your footsteps, it'll aggro you and punch you to death. It looks level 28. Why is a level 28 monster just sitting here? I'm just 11. So if you might get a nasty surprise coming from the bottom of the deck when you go up, and it's just sitting outside the door. And then if you're really unlucky, the person and you run into a newbie who aggroed it and tries to run back downstairs to the deck thinking it'll save them, but then they practically just doomed everyone who was downstairs because they'll follow. Oh no. No. The music just stopped. Where? You can't be serious. I don't see any pirates. Maybe the music just stopped. That'd be pure evil though. Honestly, knowing my luck, I wouldn't be surprised if the very first pirate ship of 2025, the very first ship to the Valkrum Dunes in 2025 is hit by pirates. I don't see it though. It stopped suddenly, but I think that's just because maybe they're using updated music. It just stopped. Okay, I think we're fine. Sorry, I know I'm moving the camera a lot. Oh no, it's here! Are you kidding me? No! Oh my god, here they come. Are you kidding me? I didn't set a home point. Okay, we're gonna have to say way over here. Oh, pirates. So this was my first experience at 11 when I first started. People told me to go to Valkrum Dunes to start leveling. Got on my ship, the first ship, did the same exact thing. It kind of hung out at the top. And then look, pirates. Oh, joy. At least I know they won't aggro me back here, I don't think, so. Yep, there they are. Stinky pirates. Low run. I can't run. I'm on a ship. Level 29 crossbones. So evil. The nice thing is though, if I somehow die, usually there's someone on the other side of the destination that will raise you. So listen to this. This was horror fuel. Like when I was first playing 11, I was like how many years old, and like, can you imagine this happening the first time you enter the boat and you just die because you don't know what's happening? I wish I was my black mage right now in my main account because I could actually nuke these guys for revenge. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, you saw it here first, folks. Of course, very first ship ride of 2025, and we have pirates. Vanadiel loves me. Oh. It's okay, as long as we're up here, it should be safe, so we can talk about the pirates. So, the pirates is a random occurrence, for those who don't know. Usually it happens during bad weather. This is just relatively normal weather, it seems, but it just happens to be the case where it happens. It's streamer luck, I guess. So the point of these pirates is actually a quest. There's a special enemy, which we haven't talked about yet actually, notorious monsters. Notorious monsters in this game will have a special name. It'll be like Whitebeard or Blackbeard in this case. And people try to find that notorious monster for either loot or quest items. And they have to defeat it to get the treasure. So sometimes some people take like trips over and over the ships. Maybe just fishing to kill time to try to wait for this to spawn. And there's actually some weather trackers in the those port cities that tell you like, oh, there's gonna be bad weather on this next ship or something, so that you can kind of get an idea of when the pirates are gonna hit. We are just really unlucky, and they decided to just roll in like the Fire Nation and try to kill all of us. But luckily, the other person I was with here, Ronis and myself, very wisely decided to take the upper ground and where they'd never kind of run into and just hang out here. So we're good for now. Anyways, let's see what Ron was saying here. Ron says, I did someone just sent me a random tell and helped me to get them, and it was so unexpected. That is also what I love about this game, because I've had so many positive and fun interactions with people who are just here to help you and have a good time, like, and that in turn helps me want to, like, if I run into another adventurer that needs help them, and like, you know, if they don't have their sub job, help them get their items, and you know, that kind of thing. So Ronis is paying attention too. Let's give him I'm gonna say that. First vote of 2025, we get pirates on stream. Let's see. Ron says, "I didn't know about the quest on the ship. I thought it was just part of the travel challenge." Lol. So there is a quest actually. So, if it was just part of the travel challenge, that actually honestly would make it even more interesting to me because, like, this is cool. Like, this is fun. Well, you wouldn't expect this to pop up out of nowhere, right? Which is also why, when the next expansion comes out, I'm really excited to do Besieged again because that kind of has the same kind of randomness and elements to a main city that make it interesting. Anyways, no. So this one does have a quest. I believe it's you're trying to go for something called a sand charm, and you hand it over to one of the NPCs in I think either one of the towns to get a reward. So as it turns out, yeah, pirates exist. And I'm not lying. You see it here for the first time, Quokkalings, who never played the game. the pirates do exist. I'm glad the title of my stream was Pirates because I was legit not expecting to get Pirates the very first ship of the year, and here we are. Gosh, it would be. I don't think these aggro by magic, so I'm thinking if I did cast something by accident, it would be okay. They wouldn't suddenly all come over, clamor, and destroy me, but I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just gonna sit here and just admire them from a distance. what a funny stream. Anyways, yeah, so there's a quest for it. You have to kill the crossbones and shipwhites until a whitebeard or a blackbeard pops up, and then if you kill that, you get the sand charm that you need. Or actually, I don't know if the notorious monster drops it. It might actually just be the regular crossbones. You can fight them to get the sand charm. Actually, I think is what it was. I told you, right? Y'all heard me. When the music suddenly goes silent and it's all ominous, and then and then suddenly there's pirates in the distance rowing towards your ship. Told you. I thought it was just a server. Like, since they used newer music, I thought legit it was just it cutting off because they didn't have it set up properly yet to keep repeating. But nope, it happened. Let's see. I've been hunting Spiny Speepy tonight. 3 kills, no cape. Oof, that's rough. I don't think I ever hunted that NM. Oh, did you know? I'm sure you know about the NM, the leaping lizard, right? There was one time, I don't know if I don't think it was Horizon. It was some other server. I was walking back to town to Bastok, and the leaping lizard somehow was just standing right. It spawned right in front of me, and none of the people camping it noticed. So I just I booped it and I got my shoes. It was the best day ever. I don't think I'll ever have that luck again. But you took all our treasure. You happy? Okay, bye. Stinky pirates. Not the fun type like Luffy. It's the actual pirates. That sea monk still down there? Probably is. Pirates in the distance. Owari かもね。あれはさっきはhow do you say pirates in Japanese actually? Kaizoku? No. It was oh, this guy's fighting. Killing time. Can he do this? He's taking 10% for a hit though. I'll watch him just in case. I could cure him if needed, but we should be able to fight it off together even if I pull aggro from him. And I just casted Protect on him, so he should still have it. We could toss a cure now. Could help him out. Why not? Oh, he got through that pretty quickly. Oh, he has cure too. He didn't need my help. Okay, he's fine. Okay. Sorry. What was I saying? まあもう少し終わりますけど、最近のなんだろう、pirates 海賊？ Is that right? そうそう、海賊、さっきの海賊のイベントは終わり。怖い。今、レベル11だけど、さっきの、そうじゃなく、レベル10今、その、海賊は、レベル21ぐらい。すごく怖い。Ron says, "Oh wow, so lucky! I hunted them so many times back in the day. It was so challenging with so many people camping, and of course some bots. The bots are so annoying to deal with. Yeah, it's still. I imagine it's still very hard to camp these days, but it's just a matter of luck, I suppose. Very, very dumb luck. But oh, we're docking. Let's go. We're in Sabina. Wow, that went pretty much without a hitch." Even with the pirates. We didn't get aggroed on the way. We did an outpost quest and we made it in Sabina. Let's go. Now the downside is I don't think I could buy Cure 2 here, so I might actually have to go all the way back to Winders to actually get Cure 2. Now this would be a nice time to have the outpost teleport, but I think this area is controlled by, yes, Bastok, so we can't actually take dunes at the moment, which is okay. I love this music. New Frontiers, friends. We're finally here. We're gonna start leveling. It's gonna be fantastic. But first, I need to eat. I'm hungry. So I think this is where we'll pretty much end it for today. Oh, and in fact, actually, before we end it, let's go see if the scroll NPC has Cure 2 here. If they do, then we're actually set, because that's pretty much, I think, all we need for the time being. Happy, this is new. You're now able to earn HAP points. Seek out adventurers who need help in burning circles and report for rewards. Oh, that's cool. The custom thing for the server. Oh, thank goodness they have Cure 2. Okay, we're good. So that helped a lot. We don't need anything from this, I think. We don't have Paralina, which would be kind of nice. Maybe not for this area, but in the area, but for the future we might need that. But at least we have Cure 2, and now we can cast Fat Heals. We like that. Let's see. Woo! Fat heals. Okay. I'm gonna heal nothing because, you know, we're not losing any health, but you know, it's what it is. Okay, let's see. Okay, so actually, wait. If that's the case, then I don't think we need to go back to Winders for a while. So I'm gonna set my home point here. Preemptively. Wait, oh, this is a telepoint. That's right. In retail, you can actually teleport to any town with these crystals nowadays, but that is not the case in Classic, so this is fine. Okay. Let's see. I remember my first trip to Juneau, sneaking, trying not to die. The Juneau trip is in itself a beast. Like, that one takes time and skill and very careful movement. But if you need the help to get there at this point, let me know. Well, eventually let me know, because I can at least maybe invisible and sneak you. Ooh, look at that. We got a K for some fire crystals. We like that. Okay, sweet. All right, Quokkalings. With that, I think that is where we'll end off for today. Next stream, I think we're going to go ahead and start the leveling process. That should be pretty fun. I can show you how party play works in this game, and that's honestly the most fun part of this game, in my opinion, next to all the questing and fun things you can unlock. So for now, I think this is where we'll end it. Sealander says thank you for the stream. Thank you for joining me for the stream as well. お月さん、ここまで終わりましょうね。と最近 次のストリームは多分パーティープレイやりたいです。ね。あと、楽しみにしてください。All right. Ramirez says, awesome stream was nice. Thank you so much. It's nice to meet you. I'm glad to meet another fan. And hopefully I can have you in a party sometime soon. If anything, we could probably party sync in the future as well. So keep an eye out for that. I would love to make you a link shell too for the Quokkalings once I do get that going. So, all right. Anyways, Quokkalings, thank you so much today for this lovely day of streaming. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of this weekend or start to this weekend. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to stream this weekend yet. We'll see if that will happen depending on the time that I have. But for now, please stay safe, eat healthy, all the usual jazz. Don't forget to quack out, and have a wonderful start to this weekend. Until then, this is your head chef Nanashi quacking out for tonight. Have a wonderful night. Terima kasih ya. Mata ne. Otsukaresama desu. Terima kasih.